Hey, Say, you're the first one. Morning. And good evening, Alfred. You're still good evening. Hey, Miss CJ. Hey, Trucker. I ain't talked to you in a while. Good to see you in chat. Hey, Blue Moon. Man, that was quick. I had to restart this crazy thing. I had started it, and just as I was getting ready to hit live stream, Bubba went live, and I thought, oh, gotta watch Bubba. Man, I love to watch Bubba. I could listen to him talk all night. 44. I don't even have to ask Albert anymore. He gives me his weather report. 44. Wind chill factor 37. Jiminy Christmas. I'm telling you what's the truth. Miss Helen, how are you, darling? All the way from UK. Peanuts fell over. I brought peanuts tonight in case I needed a snack. But I had time to eat, and then I got hungry watching Bob. I always get hungry YouTubing. And I had a blueberry bagel with cream cheese. Everyone busy for a sec, y'all. Okay. Hey, Angel in Dallas. The real truth. Einstein's mom. Oh, shoot. I hate how I miss. Thank you, Miss Lisa, sending me love. I'll take all the love and prayers I can get. Oh, Lord, let me turn the sound down. Shoot, I got a phone call. Bubba was still on there. Let's see. Well, I've got too much stuff open on my phone. Dug in. Get your food in now. That's right. Yep, oh, right. Lord, we are a hungry bunch. You can't stay long. Mom stuff to do. Oh, gosh. Yep. Gotta take care of that mama stuff. Finally, been waiting for you to go live. Thank you, California Ninja Prepper. Oh, Lord, life's been crazy. Been a little crazy. Were y'all all here for the end of the show last night? Man, oh, man. Thank you, Miss Renee. Yes, that blueberry muffin, they're so fresh. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. You can taste the big chunks of blueberry in it. And I got those at Aldi's. They're so soft and fresh and fluffy and big old chunks of blueberry in them. I'd got them for the grandbaby, you know. I thought, well, I'm going to try one. Oh, you had your first troll. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Oh, Alfred, no, I didn't. I haven't checked my email in 2 days. Listen, this troll mess and some other things going on. So funny the way you say it. But say what, honey? What is the funny way I say it? Mama instead of mom? Or I don't say mum right. I don't have that British accent. Oh, bagels? I don't know what I said funny. Tame? We would say bland. I don't know. I've never had your food. I've never been to England. Aldi's? Oh, how do you say it? I wish you could talk. Oh, it's Aldi. Wide-eyed blind mom 39. Hey there. New member to the fam. Just wanted to say hi. Well, welcome, welcome. We love to have new people join our group. Got a great group. Great group. Bland in comparison, you suspect. I don't know. We have a little bit of everything, you know. We all eat Mexican and Thai and Chinese and Japanese and Italian. But I think our Italian's way different than what's really in Italy. So most everybody was over at Bubba's. I saw everybody. I was so glad everybody went to Bubba. I think I might. VS. I don't know what VS means. I don't know. I don't know what that means, Tracker. Yeah, Hungarian, Greek. Oh, I love Greek. Mmm. Yes, absolutely. You got a great topic. Oh, you promise it's not up to much? I had a friend that went over there and she got stuck because a volcano went off somewhere and the planes couldn't fly, so she ended up staying several days um extra. What's that about, CJ? A Vegemite sandwich? But she came back and was all hooked on crumpets. Is that the um sauce with what is the sandwiches that have the cucumber and some kind of sauce in it? Man, she ate that stuff. It was good. I liked it. I thought it was flavorful. You're full-blooded Greek. Oh man, I love me some deep fried goat cheese. Oh man, that's some good stuff right there. I haven't had any in a while. We've got a nice Greek restaurant. I don't know, about 45 minutes from me. Who's cracking you up? Calamity Rain. Who's cracking you up, darling? Me? Good. I want us to laugh. It's an English muffin crumpet. Listen, if it's bread, I like it. I'll never be back down to 112 pounds because of bread. All of mine's bread and potatoes. Love me some bread and potatoes. Bread and good old butter. I like that Irish butter we can get. Oh, homemade bread with that Irish butter. Crumpets and tea. Yep. But I don't think that's. What are those sandwiches that have the. Is the crumpets with the sandwiches with the cucumber and sauce on it? Or is crumpets just a bread? The BS thing. Funny stuff. Oh, yeah, say, I'm sure CJ will hook you up or somebody. Stuffed ham's heavenly. I've never had a stuffed ham. Stuffed chicken and oh, I didn't see Vanessa. Where's Vanessa? There she is. Hey, Vanessa. Donna D. You're down to 120 pounds from 165. That is awesome. Listen, if I get below 140, everybody says I'm sick and look anorexic. I don't know what the problem is. Let's see, I missed part of the show at Bubba's, but it sounds crazy. People need to get a life and stop messing with God's children. Yeah, listen. Oh, there's old Kizzy. She gave you the Discord link. And of course, my little counter's not gonna. A stuffed ham is a well-fed pig. Oh, I've always wanted to try one of those turdunkins. That looks good. I'm moving y'all around. I'm sorry. I had to cross my legs. Spiritually awakened. Holy cow, that's awesome. Salmon cucumber sandwiches. Mmm. I don't remember that she put. I thought it was just cucumber, some kind of sauce she put on it. Gosh, that's been 20 years ago, probably. Holy cow. That's a funny story. She won some kind of contest, and they were sending 10 teachers from the United States, won a contest. and she couldn't get her passport. And she was already in New York to fly out, and was freaking out because the next day she was supposed to be leaving. So I called one of our congressmen that always helped us. It was from this area, my hometown actually, and he had helped me get a passport for Australia because we were having trouble getting it. So I called him, told him called the office, told him what the situation was. Well, they drove her passport. Well, before she could find out that they were giving her a passport, she called me. She was just boohooing and crying. She said, "They're not going to give me a passport, and I can't tell you why. My family has something in their history." She's crying and carrying on. And I said, "Well, my Lord, tell me what it is." And she was just boohooing and crying. She said, "My father was a member of the Ku Klux Klan." I busted out laughing. I said, "Well, 100 years ago, my grandpa was a member of the Ku Klux Klan with Senator Robert Byrd." I said, "They're not, they're dead. They're not gonna hold that against you." Well, my grandpa wasn't. Her dad, Robert Byrd, was still alive. They brought that up every election. My goodness, that was back in the 40s and 50s when that was a thing. Didn't mean they still felt that way. My grandpa didn't. I didn't. I wasn't taught to be racist, so I thought that was funny. There's your funny story for the night. Oh, listen. I thought I was going to be in trouble tonight, but I don't get the baby till 12:20, but I'll have to get some sleep before I get him tomorrow. Well, that's good. Lost so much weight your drawers don't fit. Barbecue caribou. Oh my goodness. I've never had caribou. I've had all kinds of other meats, but caribou's one I've never had. That's funny. Everybody eating all kinds of good food. Well, my numbers aren't updating. How many do we have in chat? Can somebody tell me? Please. 37. All right. Well, that's usually our regulars. Awesome blossom for a Sunday night. Everybody have to get ready for work tomorrow. Renee sees 40. Real True sees 40. Good deal. Well, everybody in here's our regulars. That's why you streak so much. Vanessa, you're a mess. Okay, at least I got my regulars in here. If you decide, unless I've already talked to you, like Tracker, I've already talked to you, I know you're calling. But if you decide that 40 in here and 215 likes, what? I've only got 11 likes. 12 because I liked myself. 25 likes? Well, see, it's not refreshed. But if you want to call, if you're going to call me, that number also gets text. Let me know that you've texted me. Um, okay. Um, I want to, how to do it. I know how to do what? But anyway, send me a text if you're going to call because we got duped the other night. There are ways to find out when somebody's not in chat. Everybody that was here, you'll figure this out. Wasn't in chat. Dumped all kinds of information for a long time and we loved it. That person was not here to dump good information. That was the last call I took last night. That's not a nice person. We will not be hearing from that person anymore. we are not completely mindless in this group. So we're going to start being just a little more careful of things with all the craziness we have going on. We are going to get back into the TI stuff eventually. I tried to get a hold of Badger report to see if he was going to come on and start from where we left off, because that kind of censoring we're not going to tolerate. Now, we have to tolerate the YouTube censoring, and there's nothing we can do about that. But we're not going to give in to troll censoring or TI censoring. Not going to do it. Yes. That was not a nice call. Whoever those powers to be didn't like our topic. They do not want you all to know about TI. But if you don't know about it, you don't know what to look for. So we want to make sure everybody's educated on a little bit of everything. No, you're not losing your mind. Nope. But they'd like to make you think you are. That's why we're going to educate. That's how we fight back. They don't win because we know what's going on. That's how we fight back. Wait a minute. Yep. Alice Crawley, honey, let me tell you. You'll just have to go back and watch a replay, because I'm not going to give them the channel time to go over that. Night before last call. We won't be hearing from that person again. Nope. Hey, that's my motto. Don't be scared, just be prepared. I'd like to show y'all what I have sitting beside me, but I won't. Let's see, I think it was Bones that showed something, and yes. There you go. Trucker JP's got it on there. Several of us have fallen victim to that. We just got a text. I'm not quite sure. The circle's over the message. I can't read it, honey bunny. Oh, listen, if you saw what my title is, we are going to be talking about some fake news. I think that's why we have TI and GS going on, because we're trying to give real news. And they don't want that real news out. Oh. So that was before, are you telling me that was before the incident took place? Is that what you're trying to tell me, honey? That tweet was before the incident? Okay, gotcha. That's what I was thinking. Well, we talked last night about we wanted to pray for victims of what's going on this weekend. And there is all kinds of craziness going on with that reporting. And I said, we don't want to give any notice at all to the evil that created these situations, but to pray for the families. And I'm going to continue to do that. We're not going to mention names. However, everybody was in Bubba's chat, and he went over some of those falsehoods. So I'm not going to repeat what y'all heard him say at all. I mean, that makes no sense to do that. But one of the things that I had found, oh my gosh, I put it in his chat. Now I forgot what I was going to tell you because I was thinking of this. There is a tweet. I wish I could share this with y'all. There is a tweet about what happened in Ohio that was tweeted saying that 6 hours previous there was an active shooter in Dayton that would have put that situation, the time frame, at 8 a.m. That situation hadn't taken place yet. And it was tweeted by the Dayton Daily News. So the Dayton Daily News reported that incident taking place before it happened. The shooting was at 1:07. The post was at 2:07. But the article shows on the Dayton paper that it was 6 hours reported prior. Now, did y'all get that? The incident took place at 1:07. The tweet was made at 2:07. But the Dayton paper posted it 6 hours prior to the incident. Okay, the Dallas incident. True Reporting. Go to his channel. He pulls it up. That individual was listed as a Democrat. Minutes later, it showed that he was a Republican, a Christian, and a Trump supporter. T-Man supporter. Got to get careful with those words. Oh, disclosure. Watch those words in chat. Dex informed me that the algorithms are now going through chat. So try to talk in code in chat as well. So then you heard Bubba telling everything that was going on. I decided just right before I was going to go live, I thought, well, let me see if anything's on the news. Excuse me. They interviewed the local hometown hero that saved children. He was at one end of a mall at Foot Locker, and the full length of the mall and a parking lot was Walmart. And he said that somebody came in and said there was the bang bang going on at Walmart. And he ran out, could hear it, and ran to see if he could help because he is in the military. He has a gun permit. He's in Texas. Everybody in Texas has a gun. He said when he came out of the building, he had unholstered his weapon, and the police first thought that he was the problem, and then they realized he wasn't, let him go, but he called his friend to come and get his weapon, and then hung around for the press. Then he tried to pick up some children. Now, the headlines of the news was, local hero saves kids during the pow pow. Alice, it's WARSHOOTING, all of the Middle Eastern countries, T-Man, say T-Man, those kinds of things. The world events, basically, TERRORITS, that word. Any of the three-letter alphabet soup agencies, those kinds of things. No, it wasn't reported in the news. It was online. True Reporting pops it up. It was online, the information about this person when you pull up the name, and it gave his bio. I don't know if they pulled it up, what they pulled it up on. I had pulled it up on one of those guys and sent it to Bubba, or somebody, where it gave a lot of information. I don't remember what site I was on, but it just gives a little bio on people. And his original bio just said Democrat. That was it. The next thing it changes to Republican, Christian, and T-Man supporter. The person that they first posted a picture of that was the evil person, and then the picture that they showed of who they had in custody and arrested, were two different people. Two completely different people. They look nothing alike. Nothing. The incident in Dayton, the biggest thing, and Bubba told this, I just found it. It was reported not only did he create that incident, but also had whacked his sister. Searching the name of that evil person, turns out he died in 2014. That's not who the perpetrator was. I mean, seriously? I mean, they're changing information minute to minute, hour to hour. None of it is adding up, and the sleeping sheep aren't even picking up on it. I mean, tell me. So that's why we're all having trouble, because we're making those corrections. We're informing everyone. We want the true news. None of us want to try to give fake news. And if I say anything that's incorrect, I'll correct it. I did a video, reported something, said something. I don't remember now what that was on. And realized that there was a correction. And I made another quick video and corrected it the next morning. Oh, I know, when I did the Humvee and Boy Scout. And I found out at 8:30 the next morning that my brother told me it was because T-Man was going to be in town to go speak to the Boy Scouts. So we were trying to make a connection there because of the 13,800 acres of that camp that's not being used. And they were just doing their extra surveillance and protection for T-Man. So I did a video and reported that. I don't want to try to, make a connection, give anybody false information. And that's what they're upset about. That's why we're having these issues, with being watched and trying to make us think we're crazy, and Bubba's computer was controlled remotely by somebody else tonight. That's why he was telling the truth. And whoever this network is, they have watching everybody and creating all this junk and causing everybody problems because they don't want the truth out. What do y'all think of that? I mean, the guy they say that was the perpetrator in Dayton died in 2014. They put two different pictures up of the perpetrator in Texas. Not even the same person. Changed his bio. They can't handle the truth. Isn't that the truth? Oh my goodness. Let me tell you what, the Dems didn't want that blemish on their record. Has to be a Bible pistol holding Trump supporter to do something like that. A Dem wouldn't do something like that. Are you kidding? Well, who knows about the real guy? Either real guy. And then, let me tell you, there's a lot of chatter that neither incident was even real. Now, I saw the interview of that hometown hero. He said he tried to pick up the kids, but they were fighting him and they got down. I only saw him interview one woman that was crying. Listen, I could do a better job than she was doing. I just want to know that my mom and Walmart's safe. Seriously? I wouldn't be carrying on like that. I would be having some real tears, man, if I couldn't get in to see if my mom was alive. It was as fake could be. But of course, on my training, I had to learn the body language and watch people and know when clients were lying to me. It's like that woman years ago, when was that? '03, that put her two little kids in her car and rolled it in the river. Or in a lake. I can't think what that woman's name is. Yes, trucker. Yes, yes, yes. I saw her interviewed. And I told my mom, I said, listen, she put her own babies in that car and rolled it in the lake and stood there and watched them babies in the back window, screaming to get out. Killed her own. My mom said, no, they were little. Did you see her? She was upset to death. And finally, it came out. She admitted she had done it. I told her, I said, I haven't studied all this stuff all these years to see through that kind of stuff. I mean, I picked up on that one right away. I mean, the tone in the voice, the body language, the facial expression, you know, it all goes together when it's a real emotion. But when you're pretending you're not a professional actor, it's kind of hard to get all that stuff going together. I miss that. And then, 8 p.m. Okay, that's all right. We got it close enough. Closer than the fake news got it. I mean, it's unbelievable. I was gonna scroll back. Oh yeah, the mods know what the words are. Don't be offended if they tell you there's a word that you need to code. Type it in some kind of code. Don't be offended. We're just trying to protect all of us. Yeah, we're going to talk about it in code. We're not going to. I think Bubba was awful brave tonight. I mean, he went at it with them. And then look, somebody took over his laptop. We were talking about a hot topic last night. Look what happened. 4:23 in the morning. Yeah, push the narrative. That's it. That is it. And it is, I've always seen the craziness of the news. And I'll say, I saw it. I saw the person interviewed. That's not what they said. Well, and you watch these debates or whatever, and then they have to have a show for an hour after and give the commentary. You just sat there and listened to what the candidates said. But then when they give their commentary, that's not what you just heard. It's like, what debate did they just listen to? So it's like they try to correct when somebody messes up. Does that make sense? Carolyn Lowe still probably would have attacked him. Well, let me tell you, I didn't pay attention. I didn't realize I was out of cigarettes and it already got dark. I left here with it off safety, waving around as I went. I did move my truck. I did do that. Yes, Alice. Honey, nobody thinks anybody did it on purpose. And we might have a troll or two pop in every once in a while and try to say something they shouldn't. And they know they shouldn't. We've got about 4. Well, 2 moles and 2 trolls and a posse of trolls. I know who they are. They know I know who they are. So they might come in and try to cause trouble, but that's okay. We're going to pray for them too. Don't have to be strangers. We can pray for the ones we know who they are. 61 on chat? That's awesome. Something in my peripheral vision. Thanks for what, honey? What to do? Okay. Phone shut off? No, my phone's not shut off, is it? Are you talking about my phone being shut off? No, I just got text on it. Trolls and moles need love too. That's right. I mean, how sad. I mean, I haven't ever been mean to anybody, any of these people. Yes, you are, Whitetail. You know you are. I can't even pick on you with a straight face. You know you are. You know you are. No, that's not. Listen, they know who I am talking about. Is the Bubba News here? I'm behind on. I can't see that little. I gotta change that. That thing is driving me crazy. Oh, Whitetail, you're funny. Who tagged the Bubba News? Yeah, watch Bubba's. He gives a lot more information I did. I didn't. I mean, y'all, all y'all were in his chat. There's not any reason for. Yes, yes, you are. You know you are, darling. Why would you think I would think that? Listen, I was fighting the world for you the other night. Those are the trolls. And you know who they are. Do you not know you know who they are? Not in summer. Or whatever her name is. Not her, not her. The other one that got blocked. You know who that is. Another one today? Where? Moonchild me, where did you hear it was today? I didn't hear anything. I'll Google it. Oh, yeah. Oh, Yellow Belly. Yeah. Listen. Listen. Susie Q, it's a joke, honey. She's picking on me. We had a troll from somewhere else attacking her the other night. And I had somebody, when they would be blocked, was unblocking them. They would still go after her. I had to give a speech trying to protect Whitetail. No, we're joking. I know she's not a troll. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, let me tell you, that was a hot mess night. That was something else. Troll being mean to one of our people, two mods unblocking them. So that's how I know who that troll was. Yeah, Whitetail. Yeah, that's, we just have to pray for them. It's sad. They have no life. They have no life. And it is very, very sad. So, anyway, somebody said we had more people in chat. Y'all need to text me if you want to call and tell me what your screen name is. Night before last, I took my last caller that I will ever take that does not text me and tell me what their chat name is. Now, all of you regulars, my 40 regulars that I know forever, that we're in all of the same chats together, just say, hey, it's me, I'm going to call. But I will not take a call from a screen name I am not familiar with. I will not take a call from anybody that is not in chat with a screen name. They have an agenda. For those that you were here last night that saw a couple things happen, that is part of that agenda. I am. Why, honey? Lisa R. Hall. What to do? I'm just telling the truth. MGTO. Forever. I guess you want us to say MGTOW. I don't know. You just tell me how Marv said it. But yeah, we're not going to have our time wasted. Listen, you look tonight before we spent. Ooh. Now, did I not just say send me a text and tell me you're going to call? Did I not just say that? Well, you know what? And I have modded some people for links, and somebody was telling me that I had too many links in my chat. That was going to cause me an issue. So now we're going to run the links through CJ. So if anybody needs a link, Miss CJ will approve the link. So I had modded some people just to be able to drop links, so we don't need that anymore. But glad to have everybody here. Oh, are you wanting to call? Was that you that just called? Whitetail, did you just call? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. More than you block that person. Only me and mods can block or unblock. I didn't unblock anybody. So anybody that unblocked anybody that was attacking Whitetail the other night will not ever have that opportunity to do that again. That was me. Oh, okay, call back. Okay, call me back, darling. Oh, Lord. Put some cinnamon on that. Who's Josie Bear? Oh, you're welcome. That was just for wrenches. And I mean, just for links. And they said that I was having too many links in my chat. So just tell CJ what you want to link. Hello? I don't have you on speaker. Are you wanting on speaker? Oh, okay. Okay. Wait. Yeah, you're not on speaker. No. No, that wasn't it at all. But listen, since I don't have you on live and everybody getting information, can we talk about this later? But yeah, no, I knew you weren't. I just didn't want Susie Q thinking I really thought you were a troll. Oh, okay. Okay. She said she's not a troll. She's our sister in Christ. I said, yeah, no, I was protecting her. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Well, good. I'm glad you were filled in on that. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, so some of that is real. Uh-huh. That that is awful. And you don't want to tell everybody that? Okay, do you want me to tell them that it hit a family member close? Well, because there's so many conspiracies now, people aren't sure it's real. You've confirmed at least one was real. Okay. Oh, Lord. I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me get back to them and tell them, okay? Because they're not hearing what's going on and they're just watching me talk on the phone. Yeah, that's okay. Let me just give confirmation and ask for a prayer. So do you me give you your screen name? Okay. All right. Well, I just want to make sure because this is kind of personal. But that's the area that they researched in the name of the Pow Pow person that they gave died in 2014. Yeah. Yes. Yes. They said that after he did that, he went and killed his sister. He there's an obituary of him. He died in 2014. So who they reported was not. So that's why people are doubting that these incidences are real. So do you know if for fact that that person? Okay. 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 Well, I will tell them because that kind of that goes against right. Yep. That's crazy. Right, right, right. I know. I understand. All right, honey bunny. Well, let me get off here and tell them. They're just watching me talk on the phone, and I love you. We'll say prayers. Okay. Oh, honey, I just hated that happen then. No, don't. Just pray. This is when you pray. Anytime your heart's broken, you just pray. God carries us through everything. All right, honey. I love you. Bye. Okay. Bye bye. That was Whitetail. Remember she called in last week and that house exploded just 4 blocks from her and she had insulation in her yard. That was the house that had no char, just the splinters. Um, her neighbor's best friend was one of the victims in that Dayton mess. So with all the conspiracies and all of the false reporting and people wondering if it was just all actors in place, Whitetail does know a family that was affected and lost a son in that event. So that hits very close to home to her. So we do need to pray for those families of victims and for Whitetail since she was touched by that event. That's very sad. But Bubba looks up everything. He found the name they reported of that person. There's an obituary on that person. So the event very well, was real, but the perpetrator is not who they're reporting. So she's had a tough time. She's had a tough week and a half. And she was the one the trolls went after. That was a rough night. So, okay. Oh, you know what? If I save her number, I won't have to think it's somebody it's not supposed to be calling. Oh, mercy. Oh, wow. Okay. I'd have to think. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to get a different app or if I'm just going to get a burner phone for numbers. But I might change this phone and get it off my real phone. Okay. I've said all I'm going to say. If you want to give us a call, Trucker. I think we've made all the points we need to make. Thank y'all. I'm sure wait till seeing that she approves it. Okay. Trucker's gonna call. He's a driving, be talking on his speaker. I tell you what. Oops. $59 in chat. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yep, that's fine. Yep, that's fine, Trucker. Trucker, I'm sure you can hear me. That just goes along with, the information we're giving everybody so they can be aware. Did you hear me or were you calling? That just goes along that we're giving everybody the information and the awareness is taking place now. So that's fine. Oh, no, I don't have you on speaker yet. Sure, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm putting you on speaker. Hey, everybody, we got Tracker, our buddy.
Hey, everybody. Breaker 19, Breaker 19. How about a radio check? Come on.
Oh, he blows his horn, y'all. Ain't that something?
But, all right. Hey, everybody. Just want to call in and say hi. What's going on right now is crazy, crazy. Stuff's happening on my end that didn't put two and two together till listening to the Bubba News. But this whole TI and GS thing that's going on right now is something that, well, first of all, before I even start talking about that, I want to stop and say a prayer for Whitetail right now. So if everybody bow their head and let's say a prayer for her real quick. Is that okay? Do you still
Oh,
got me?
yeah, I got you. That's fine. Thank you. I'd already
Okay.
bowed my head and closed my eyes. I'm sorry.
All right. Dear Heavenly Father, come to you right now in Jesus' name. Lord, we lift up White Tail 7 to you right now, Heavenly Father. And we ask that you comfort her family, the loss that they've experienced. Lord, we just ask that you would come down and comfort her, give her peace of mind, help her as these days progress, and just heal that hurt, Lord. The only way that you know how, we ask in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Amen.
So, okay, I
Thank
wanted to
you.
get that out of the
Thank
way.
you
Yeah,
so
so
much.
that one, after you were shared that, I wanted, this was on my heart to pray for her. And instead of me just doing it by myself, might as well get all 51 of us in here doing it, or
Yeah,
however many.
buddy, we'll pray anytime.
61. All right. So some weird stuff's been happening on my end. I didn't put two and two together until just recently, and um, just after, I know for a fact that once you start following these truth channels and some of the bigger ones, I won't say names, but most of you know who those are and probably follow them with me. You got to understand you are put on a list, and whatever watch list they want to classify it under, conspiracy theory, homegrown tea risks, whatever, we're put on that list. We're just put on that list, let alone because we're our faith and who we believe in and who we follow. And a lot of these words now that they're using against the channel makers and stuff is just not right, but it's something that we are going to have to battle with. We're going to have to prepare for, and just know that, in the end, we win. That we know that's a fact. But what we go through before that, we're going to have to endure some hard times, and just the whole situation with this TI crap and this GS crap. I didn't think it was real, but some crazy stuff's been happening to me. A couple weeks ago, uh, our hometown has a grocery store, and if you so much money you spend there, you get fuel points. You get cents off for gallons of gas. So when I do that, I fill up a vehicle. They only let you do one vehicle, but they don't. You can fill up as many gas cans as you want. So I always fill up a vehicle and then put the rest of it, because they only allow you 30 gallons, into gas cans, and I keep that on reserve. Well, still have a couple weeks ago, I did that. Took 2 gallons or two 5-gallon cans of gas, and I had them in front of my garage, in between the front end of my Explorer and the garage. And there's barely enough room for somebody to get through there sideways. But I had them wedged in there, and I figured I was going to dump them in my truck that night. And I decided I'll just get it Friday morning when I got home. So when I got home Friday morning, I went back to the garage to grab the cans and put them in the truck, and I had a can missing. And I had 2 cans sitting there. One was missing. Didn't think nothing of it. Figured maybe it's just kids in the neighborhood. And then just last week, uh, we had a storm come through. It was windy, but it wasn't to the point where it would blow. If it blew something over, it would knock it over. I went out the house next day, and my grill, which is normally propped up right next to the house, sits sideways, and that grill was wedged up in the corner of my deck, about 4 feet away from where it normally sits, sitting up against the railing. But it wasn't. What I'm trying to say is, if the wind was going to blow it, it would have blew the whole thing right over. And then sitting right in front of the grill was my lawn chair, kind you take to baseball games and stuff that fold up. That was folded up and neatly resting up against it. And like I said, I didn't think nothing of it. I thought the wind blew it. Now I look back, and it's like that was moved, and then the chair was then propped up and right next to the grill, and that the wind wouldn't have folded the chair up perfectly. So, and that's what they've talked. We've had a caller call in and talk about. They want you to think you're crazy. They want you to think, you know, they're gonna attack us individually, but you can't be afraid of that stuff. You gotta stand strong in your faith. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because I don't know if anybody out there is experiencing weird things around their house or noticing stuff. But another thing that popped into my head was the movie that Mel Gibson came out with back in the 90s called Conspiracy Theory. And if you guys ever saw that movie and remember, in that movie, he was actually, they portrayed him as a lunatic,
Yes, Cinder.
looking over his shoulder, always worried about somebody's following him. He had a toothpick in his door, if somebody was in his house. So they were telling us about this before they actually implemented the actions that are going down right now. And the whole thing with, and like I said, I've said this time and again when I call in, I believe our reality is shown to us through these fictional movies. And when you guys start looking at that and, putting two and two together, you'll realize they were programming us back then for what they're doing now with, these TIing on people and GSing on certain people, whether it be on the internet or physically at your location. So, that's another thing I want to touch on is Bubba said it, we're not battling against flesh and blood. We're battling against spirits, principalities, and dark rulers of this world. And whether you believe in demonic possession or not, it's real. And it's the only way they could physically attack you. They could try to attack you. All right, how am I going to say this without? Because I've been attacked as I was a child, and I'll share it with you guys. I was probably 6 or 7, 8. I was young, and I just remember as I was being in my bed, I was being attacked by something. It was touching me. It was touching the blankets, and then I remember one night, the upstairs room where my sister stayed. There was one hallway, and we shared the hallway. Her door was right across from mine, and there was an outlet right in the middle of that hallway that my mom would have lit up, for us to go downstairs to go to the bathroom or whatever, so we didn't trip at night. One night I woke up and I looked over on my wall where my door was. There was a shadow of a bear on this wall, and it had a hat on with like flowers or something coming out of it. Freaked me out. I was a kid. I mean, I was screaming for my parents, and my dad didn't tell me none of this stuff until I was 18, 19. I was done, moved out, and we were talking about it. That night when I was screaming for him, they heard me in their bedroom. He said he was trying to get out of his bed to come up to me, and he couldn't move. He was pinned down in his bed. He finally got up. He was running up the stairs, and he said he could feel the demons clawing at his back as he was running up the stairs to get to me. And after that day, my dad went through the house, blessed the house, anointed it, went through every room, prayed, because he, at the time, was a new Christian. He had, he used to be, into the worldly, drinking, partying, and he was a new Christian at this time. So they were attacking my family. They were attacking me. And that night, they physically were attacking him as they were tormenting me. So this is what we fight is not people. These people are possessed by spirits, and these spirits are doing exactly what they're. Imagine an army, and you get told this is your job. You go do this. You go do this. Well, that's what Satan does. He sends these demons out, and they have specific jobs, and that's what's attacking us. And we see people, and we have phone calls or whatever comes through, things being moved around your property. It's all a mind game, and it's real. And that's our biggest prize is our mind. That's everybody cherishes what they have with memories, things of that nature. What you experience, it all goes through your senses, which is attached to your brain. So they crack your brain, they crack you. That's their end game, is to break you down. So I just feel like everybody, you start your day out with your prayers, your devotions, whatever. Pray that armor of God over you. Physically put that armor on. Go find the
Oh,
verse
yeah, Doug.
and
It's true.
pray it out, put it up physically, or put yourself as you're actually putting that armor on you. Physically see yourself putting every piece on, and you'll still get attacked, but you'll have God's protection, and it won't affect you as bad as it would if you didn't have that armor on.
That's true. 100%. I
So
won't let anything like that break me. You know,
no,
I
no,
won't go into detail and give, because they're on here watching.
right.
Admitted during a phone call they're watching. So I won't give them satisfaction to list, anything, but anybody that was here last night saw what was going on.
You know that caller, was that last night?
Night before.
The Hawaii caller.
Mm-hmm.
He made a comment about, we'll quote unquote that island, but he made a call about how when they left the army, or when they left the military, or no, when they entered the military, they had to, I believe, that chip in what's the word?
Implementation.
Implant. The chip
Implant.
implant.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that that's something that they're really gearing towards, because when Elon Musk tweeted about this Neuralink and how it was on its stages of being, almost ready to go, he tweeted that, and then right below that, DARPA tweeted, "Can't wait." Now, everybody, if you don't know who DARPA is, um, that's our military, and why they can't wait, I believe, because they'll be able to link this Neuralink, kind of like the game, the movie, when they climbed into the robot, and then they synced with the robot, and the robot did their movements. If they moved their hand, the robot's hand moved. So I believe the future wars won't be fought with real humans. I mean, the humans are going to still be behind it, but we're going to be linked through this Neuralink, and they're going to link through that into their artificial intelligence transhumanism, and they're going to use that into the battlefields, or use that to fly the planes and the drones, and they want to go after 16-year-olds now, because at that age you're impressionable. At that
Yep.
age you don't really understand life. You don't really understand. You have hormones that are just starting to develop. Everybody knows when you're younger you feel like you're invincible and you can just do anything. So they're targeting younger people because that's how they're going to be able to use them for this. And it all goes until with the MK Ultra. All that's hand in hand. That's been studies that they've been doing, to the point that your phone flashes at you so many hundreds times a second. It all goes into wavelengths, and how mind control is a real thing. And whether or not these pew pew going on around the country right now is a legitimate person with an anger issue or whatever, or if it's the actual powers that be hiring their own mercenary to go around and create the chaos, because they got to have the chaos, because then they can have the control. Without chaos, there's no control. So that they're trying to break this country down. We all know that. Everyone that's been awoke is understanding. that's just how it's going to happen. America's going to fall. We're going to fall, and it's going to happen in a day. It's going to happen when it goes. It's going to go. It's not going to progress over weeks and weeks. It's going to happen all at once, and that's why we're prepping. That's why we're talking about storing up food, how to get water, how to start fires, how to survive like our ancestors did before technology and planes and trains came about. Our ancestors started a fire. They didn't have time to worry about what was going on with the Kardashians or what was going on with the football team. Their whole day was set around preparing for that night's meal, whether it be hunting and gathering, doing, you're tending your animals around the farm. You didn't have time to sit down and all this stuff that they've made is a distraction. Football players and baseball players, and that's all a distraction to keep you from focusing on yourself and your life and your family. They pay these guys well to distract you. And I'm guilty of that because I'm an Ohio State Buckeye fan and I enjoy watching them play, but it's not the end of the world if I miss a game. Like, there's guys I know that can quote stats on people that they're drafting, and it's like, that's that's what their life is centered around. So they've put these things and these things in front of you in your path to trip you up, to keep you down, to keep you oppressed, and they pay them well to do it. And it goes back to, in the Romans, I believe the Americans, United States over time has taken
Hey, Bubba.
on that that role the Romans had. The Romans, they had their emperor, they had their gladiator games, you had your senators, democracy. So history repeats itself. We all know that. And the Romans fell. So just everybody out there that's, listening and you're interested in preparing and you're interested in making sure your family and your kids and your significant others are well off when something does happen, that should be your main objective, and not letting this distractions and not letting what they want to do to distract you, not letting that interfere with you making sure your family is well off. And I prepared. I went and spent a lot of money on some food, and I have water filters, and I'm comfortable because now something happens, whatever it may be, a job loss, a vehicle breaks down, and you got to dump money into this vehicle, and you don't have money. You now have yourself a backup plan. You have some food there, just in case you're not able to get to the grocery store because you needed to put a $800 transmission in your car. There's little things like that you will be well off when something does happen. And the saying is, one is none and two is one. So try to have 2 to 3 things of everything in your prep kit. Whether, the fire starters, two or three different types of sources to start a fire. People don't think about it. You don't have electricity, you don't have gas, you can't cook your food. You got to have a way to, start a fire to cook your food, to boil your water, to decontaminate it. And the fire source should be your first priority, and then water. Water and fire. That should be your first prep. And if anybody is just getting ready and starting out, do you agree?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Because you can have all the food in the world. Well, I guess you can open up the cans and eat it cold, but still, if it's wintertime, you also need a fire source for warmth, you know.
Right. And then don't cook your food. If you got baked beans, don't cook them in the can, because they line them cans with stuff to preserve the food inside it. You don't want to heat that can up and cook whatever crap they put on them cans into your food. So still, you can pick them up at Walmart. They're little camp stoves, little camp pots and pans. I picked one up. I think it was like $30. It came with a skillet, a pot, a stainless steel cup, and then plastic forks, knives, plates. It's got its own little thing. So, think about that. You're going to want to warm their food up, whatever it may be, unless you like eating cold baked beans and green beans. Not me, though. But
I've got cast
shelter's
iron that
another
I'll
thing.
cook. Yeah, shelter.
Because you might not be able to stay at your house. You might have to get out and get away from the area. So you have to have yourself some form of shelter to protect you from the elements.
Yep. We even have one of those tents that you can put your potty chair in, but it also has the gravity, the water bladder, so you can use it for a shower. If you have the extra water, if you're near a creek or a river or lake or pool or something, if you have the extra water, if something happens, to the power and they can't pump water to us.
Yeah, they showed. There was a guy that made a YouTube video and showed how you can actually build your own gravity-fed shower with a 5-gallon bucket and some PVC pipe. Yep. And a little cheap shower head from the dollar store.
Yep.
And a lot of this stuff you guys can prep. You can go. I don't know if you guys have Dollar Trees in your area, Family Dollars, Dollar Generals. All them stores have freezed or dehydrated potatoes, things that you can store that'll hold its shelf life. That you could, but then you got to implement water to 90% of this stuff. So you got to remember water, filtration, some kind of filtration. I have that. I have purification tablets. Just something that, John X got me going on it. And after he had, woke me up to prepare, I always thought, well, we got local food banks in our areas and you can go to them. Most of them, they just want your resident. Like my area, they just want where do you live? They want your address and a bill that's in your name. And they'll give you food. They'll give you canned items, shelf milk, you name it, spaghetti. You can start prepping that way because the government gives these food banks food to disperse amongst the community. So that's another way you can go about prepping and gathering up items if you can't afford it right now, or you can only do a little bit here and there. But I would definitely recommend fire source and some kind of water filtration device or mechanism or tablets.
Oh, absolutely.
Another thing that really scares me too, West Virginia. Look at this what's going on with these zombie deers that they're talking about just recently. They're affecting our wildlife because that's just crazy. These deers are walking around. This guy showed a video of this deer just doing circles on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Skinny.
Well, it's because everybody was planning on being, going back to the hunter-gathering type situation. Our fish are sick. Nobody's eating the fish that they catch now.
They're dumping radiation into the oceans, and then all of these power plants that are along rivers and streams, they need the water to cool their towers and to cool their plant down. But at the same time, you got to understand stuff's leaking into that river. Just up my area, the Mahoning River, years ago was contaminated. And just recently, they said you could start eating the fish out of there. And people have been eating it. But, you don't know what you're eating. You don't know the radiation that's in these fish. And, now they're affecting our deer and our four-legged beasts. And there's going to be nothing to eat. And that's the scary part.
I know, we got to get on that cannon this week. This weekend kind of threw me off a little bit with our events.
Yeah.
And we stayed up really late, and then I slept all day both days. So there wasn't time to get anything done.
That cannon, I bought oh heck, what's it called now? It's like a pressure cooker, Instapot.
Yeah.
Can I now? They say I can doing that. I have no idea about how to can. My mom
No.
used to can jellies and stuff when I was younger. The
Um,
old school way with
no, you
the
can't pressure can with it, and any meat or anything with fat in it, you have to pressure can it. But you can get a Presto pressure canner for $67 at Walmart. And then it's under it's about $11 to get a box of 12 quart jars, and I think it's about $9 to get a container that's got, I forget exactly how many pint jars in it, but and then the little kit, the little funnel kit and everything that you use to can with, you can start canning for $100, and then your
Mom,
product.
do you know how to can without using the actual insert, the actual canning? Do you know how to can using just a regular like spaghetti pot? You know how they used to do them back in the day. I just remember my mom had this big blue and white speckled pot that she used to put on the stove.
That was
And then,
water bath canning.
yeah, is
And
that something
that's for,
different?
yeah, that's for fruits and jellies, anything that doesn't have fat in it.
Okay, okay. I
Yeah.
just remember her pouring wax over top of them, and then
Yep.
when we'd open the can, we'd have to cut the
Yep.
wax out.
Yeah, that's
So
the
you
way
can't
I.
do that with meat then.
No. Nope. Nope.
Okay. See, I didn't know that.
See, and people will try it not knowing, and there was somebody actually on the Alaskan Prepper that had posted he had gone and bought $300 worth of meat, and he told the steps that he went through. Well, he didn't pressure it long enough, and he didn't have the right weight. He hadn't checked his altitude. So you have to know what your altitude is to know if you use 5 pounds pressure, 10 pounds pressure, or 15 pounds pressure. And he didn't wait the 10 minutes. Once you start the pressure cooker, you let the steam come through the hole for 10 minutes before you put the weight on it. Then, in my altitude, which is over 3,000 feet, it requires 15 pounds pressure for 90 minutes. So then, once the
Wow.
10 minutes is up, then you put the weight on it, and then you time it and cook it for 90 minutes. And then my pressure canner usually takes about 40 minutes to cool off before I can open it.
Now, this pressure cooker I bought says that you can in it. It has a in the directions it shows instructions on how to can using the Instapot.
I don't have an Instapot, so
Okay.
I don't know, but I mean, unless it.
What I'm gonna have to do is when you do your video, take that information you give with that machine and correlate that with what I have and see if it's similar and if that's something I can go about that way. But I want to tell you all right now too. This survival food that I bought, this 25 shelf your life items, we've tried almost everything, and I'm here to tell you what they sell you in these packages and in these kits is identical to you going to the store and getting a box of macaroni and cheese. For instance, macaroni and cheese is just elbow noodles and their powdered cheese. And then the one I know for the beef stroganoff is similar to getting a small package of at the dollar store the generic beef stroganoff, hamburger helper type thing. Minus the hamburger, you can still make that beef stroganoff meal and have something to eat.
Yep.
So the only benefit of me having all this stuff is in the bags, the Mylar bags, which keeps them, that shelf life with the little absorbent pouch they put in there for moisture. So that's another thing you can do if you ever come across an item that you're cooking and it has an absorbent pouch in it, keep it. Because then you can Ziploc baggy stuff. I would imagine you could seal stuff in freezer bags a couple times, a couple different bags, and be able to store some stuff without having to go out and buying the Mylar bags. Oatmeal, yeah.
Yeah, if you're
What?
rotating, especially if you rotate things. I rotate my stuff.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
We only buy things that we eat, that we could eat with limited, I mean, we buy other stuff, but as far as our preps, it's things that we typically have in our meal plans anyway. And then, but I bought the Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers and the Sillamil and the buckets because that's far cheaper than what you order. Another
Oh yeah.
thing, if you've got a lot of the buckets of the 25-year food, um, it's in small print somewhere on the website, but anything that's in those 25-year buckets that has a dried milk product in it, it doesn't last 25 years. It only lasts 3.
Mm.
So the whole bucket is not a 25-year bucket.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I bought I had some extra cash, so I went and bought them because I wanted to make sure we were ready that week.
Yeah.
Now looking back, I could have done a lot cheaper going the route that you talked about, but I had that peace of mind at least right now on my end.
Oh yeah. And so you
And
wouldn't be
that's
able.
like I told my wife, we're still doing like what you said with the canned goods and rotating to the shelf. That stuff in the buckets and the totes are going to be last resort.
Right.
Those are going to be the last things we open.
Oh, I have some. I started 4 years ago, and actually I have the cheese, the powdered cheese and the macaroni. I have some of that stuff because I'm not going to can cheese. I don't know how long it lasts. I know people do, but they're using it. I mean, they're not saving it for years. So
Well,
I
what if
bought
you
cans of
took
powdered cheese.
cheese and then got a food grade wax and coated that cheese in that wax?
Yes, I am
Like,
going to try that. The Alaskan Prepper had a neighbor to show him that, and you can get like the blocks of, the long blocks of cheese
mhm.
that you get, and you can get the food grade wax. Get it on Amazon. It's not very expensive at all. It comes in different colors, and Alaskan Prepper has a video on how to do that. And I am going to wax some cheese because we like cheese.
No,
So,
cheese isn't cheap. That's the thing. I love cheese, and there's been times I've gone in the refrigerator and pulled out a block of cheese and it had some mold on it. All I did was just cut that piece off with the mold because
yep.
honestly, cheese is look at blue cheese.
It's
That's literally
aged.
molded.
Yeah, the mold
Yeah.
on cheese, you just cut that mold off, deep enough that you're getting all of the mold off of the cheese. You don't have to throw a block of cheese away because it has mold on it. You cut it off. I mean, cheese is aged anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna try waxing some cheese because we
Yeah,
like cheese.
that just came to my mind just
And
now. I
he
didn't
said
know
his
Black Pepper
neighbor
was
had
talking
been
about it.
doing it for years and has tons of cheese that he keeps that he waxed himself and that it's still good. So I'd be happy to be able to grate me some fresh cheese up on something
Right.
if
Look
we
at
have a
that.
situation.
What's that? The crap. I can't think of the name of the cheese. It's the little red wheel ones, and
Yeah.
um,
Yep.
that's literally just wax.
Yeah. It
So
is.
my kids would ball it up and throw it at me when after they ate their cheese.
Yep.
But
Yep.
yeah, I just everybody out there, it's how ironic your channel is. Prepared mind. You got to have your mind strong, and nothing can attack you. Nothing will harm you, and
Mhm.
you just prepare and pray, and don't be scared.
That's right. Well, that's
Because
why I chose that name because the only thing I could think to associate it with was, my career and my education in psychology. And everybody talked about being scared and, you know, there's nothing to be scared of. You just prepare the best you know how. And no matter how, we're all going to forget something. But at least if we're ahead of the game, we're not going to be in a disastrous situation like most people are. You know,
Remember what God's word says: no weapon formed against you shall prosper.
that's
Whether it
right.
be TIGS,
That's right.
anything. Nothing can harm you
And I'm
because
going to
you're a
tell
child
you,
of God.
that box of hamburger helper in a situation and we're praying over it and we've got our faith in God, I promise you that box of hamburger helper will feed more people then than it does today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, goes back to Jesus when he fed the 5,000.
Yep.
Then they had so much left over. You know, God sent ravens to his prophets in the desert and fed them. So if he could send a bird to feed, bring bread to his prophets, he's going to take care of you.
That's right.
If you trust in him.
That's right. Fear is just Satan. And if he can, affect any of our emotions, jealousy is a horrible emotion. Fear is a horrible emotion. You have to fight those things because those things are not of God. There is no fear with God. And the Bible says, don't worry about tomorrow. We have no promise of tomorrow, ever.
There's a song my church sings. Words go, fear is a liar. So whatever your mind's telling you to be scared of, it's a lying to you.
That's right.
Now, I mean, don't want to test God. You don't want to challenge that. But because when I said that, I kind of wanted to pull it back because the devil did tempt Jesus in the desert. Said, if you are the Son of God, cast yourself, and the angels will, will not let you fall, or test them 3 times, So
that's true. I mean, we're all going to have tests. We're going to be attacked every day. But, that's what your prayer and the strength in your faith gets you through it. But you don't give in to any fears. And, I mean, we can all be startled. We can all be, afraid of some situation. But then you stop with your prepared mind and you think, okay, how are we going to problem solve this? And that's what you do. You get busy problem solving. You identify the situation and then you have a solution.
The Bible says, whatever you ask in my name, I will give it to you. You got to have faith that whatever you're asking for will be given to you.
That's right.
My uncle was a millionaire. Now he's a millionaire in chemicals, but he spoke that over because him and my aunt used to scavenge food out of dumpsters. But he spoke into his life, I'm going to be a millionaire. And my dad thought he was crazy at one point, because like I said, my dad was a new Christian at the time, and he spoke himself into being a millionaire.
Well, very good.
Yes, he put the work in and the time and stuff, but he's a millionaire now.
That's awesome.
He spoke the positive into his life.
Oh, happy birthday, Anna Mae. We didn't know it was your birthday. But yeah, it's true.
Anime.
That's right.
Oh, they got 77. Oh my God, I can't stand it right now.
What?
Oh, it's construction. I'm getting off 19 on a 77, and telling you, truck drivers hate white and they hate orange.
Oh, listen, I say all the time, they put those stupid barrels out because they don't have anywhere to store them. They just switch highways that they have them on.
Truckers got 2 seasons out here. We got winter and construction.
That's it.
Jeez.
That's it.
Who would think at 4 in the morning there'd be this much traffic out here?
Is it truck traffic or car traffic?
It's both.
All the trucks go out on Sunday night.
Turnpike now.
Hey, Snafu.
Hey, there he is. He put up some good footage video. I noticed, Either he took one down or they made him take one down. But dude, you can get over. I mean, come on.
And thrift store preppers here, hey. And Bubba come in.
Is Bubba in the chat too?
Bubba's in chat too. We got all the.
Man, that was a good video he put
We've
up.
got
I
all
caught
of
the
our
tail end
crew
of it.
here. Absolutely, we got all of our buddies in here. Everybody but Adam. But he's the papa that started it all, so I don't guess he'll visit us often. Or at all.
He might be a silent watcher.
Yeah, he could be. He could be, but that's all right. He's busy. Wow, right now he's real busy. And I didn't get to speak to 3% report either. How are you, buddy? Go ahead.
Oh, he put up a good video too about that asteroid.
I haven't got to watch it.
About the 10th or the 11th of August. This thing's supposed to be making its pass back around Earth or by Earth again.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder about what Mr. Knight said with this thing that he's been following.
Yeah.
And then 3% reported on it. We don't know what it is. They tell us it's an asteroid. We don't know what it is.
Why no?
We only know what they tell us.
That's right. And we don't know that they're telling us the truth.
Oh, well, we know they're not. I mean, you made that very clear on those who they said did the pew-pew. And then look at what happened 2 years ago with the one kid that they said he was there, a part of it. And then before they got to him, he had come out and said that he saw it happening on mainstream whatever. He got on his bike and took his camera and hustled down to the actual scene to get footage of stuff. But then at the end, they made it that he was part of it and he was there when it happened. And, they just tripping over their tongue left and right.
Right. Well, and then CJ found the tweet, or I guess it was a tweet that somebody had put out where, and we know now it's real because Whitetail knows somebody that the family lost somebody in that incident. But the Dayton newspaper tweeted out about the incident 6 hours before it happened. So there's something, there's something fishy about the whole thing. It just makes no sense.
You got to remember, they control everything. You might think you have a password on your computer.
No.
But they control everything. Okay, so they can possibly get into these news sites and put these tweets out just to cause this chaos, just to create, the buzz. Because if nobody reported on these incidences, they wouldn't. They would probably cease to exist.
Probably. That's why I said, we're not going to focus on the evil of the thing, because I've always said that's where the press makes their mistake. They turn these people into legends when...
Right, they get their 15 minutes of fame.
Exactly, and that's all they want. So, I'll focus on the falsehoods and praying for the families and victims, and that's it.
Somebody in the chat asked about the net. I don't know if that's a targeted word or not. The SKY net.
I don't know either, but if you know something about it, just go
right
ahead.
No, my theories are this 5G and these towers going up everywhere. They got these 5G towers going up, and literally, I just saw one last week coming back from St. Louis that wasn't there the week before, because I know that cell tower, for some reason, every time I get within 100 yards of that cell tower, my signal goes the opposite direction. But just recently, they put something up right next to it, and about halfway up, it's not even all the way to the top, they have this thing with these triangles looking like paddles that go all the way around the tower, facing all 360 degrees. They have a paddle, and I'm thinking that they've said they're going to be putting them up within so many feet of each other to link together. But imagine if, okay, that thing's 360 degrees and you get 4 more out there around that, that's going to create a virtual net over top of our heads, a virtual webbing of sort.
Yeah. Yep.
And, you know, it's just, I have 4G. I get it everywhere, besides some of the hills in West Virginia and a couple spots in PA. I have no problem with cell phone signal. I have no problem with streaming, no problem with downloading. So, them feeding us this hogwash that it's, it's going to speed everything up, but it's going to speed it up into the direction that they want in order to control what they need to do. I don't understand the 5G. And they had that one guy that went to he was talking about it, and he said, if anybody tells you they know about 5G, run the other way. But he done made a threat, to the world that, if anybody wants to come against this,
Yeah.
We will not be stopped.
He said SKNet because we have to not use any trigger words, and we can't put trigger words in chat. We have to also, Dex was telling me the other day that the algorithms are now going through our chat process. So now we even have to post in code. So that's why he called it SKNet instead of the full word.
Hey, anybody out there feeling good? Since T-Man's been putting vitamins in our plane farts, everybody out there feeling good and refreshed? And
I haven't been outside. I haven't heard that.
Oh, yeah. Supposedly, T-Man is spraying, the planes are farting out good vitamins and minerals for us to help us.
Oh, my God. When did he say that?
Oh, that's been a couple weeks now.
Oh, my Lord. Well, the last thing I heard, he said he was putting a stop to it.
I think 3% are reported on China is trying to...
Yes, Lady Lake Fork.
Put human blood with monkey blood and create some kind of animal human, or have this animal to have chromosomes of a human. I think that was 3% of that reported on that. That is not good. That is as in the days of Noah, when they were putting their seed into everything, creating all kinds of abominations. I mean, that is something that's got me thinking.
Okay, Bubba just said don't post in code. Dex was telling me they're, to keep the words out of the post too. So, I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
Is 3%er still in the chat? Have you seen him?
Yes, he's here.
Didn't he just put a video out on them trying to take monkey chromosomes and human chromosomes and
T-Rod, was that you that put that video out? Now I saw a thing where they were taking human embryos and were going to, their petri dish embryos, and were going to implant the embryos in animals. He said 3% report said yes.
Okay.
And somebody put a stop to that because it was already an embryo or something. But who knows if they did.
God.
Yeah, they are. Well, these clones, for goodness sake. I don't care if it's a sheep or not. They're trying to clone if they haven't already cloned people.
Right.
If they can.
Supposedly, allegedly, these people that are, these higher ups that are dying are faking their own deaths because they don't want to. I've been waiting to see if Hillary and Mr. Bill are something was gonna happen to them. They're going underground. They're getting ready for something. We don't know. We don't know what's going on in the atmosphere, and we don't know what's out there. Like I said, we only know what we are told. And it's crazy because these people are pulling up telescopes and definition telescopes and pulling these stars in and pulling these planets in, and they look nothing like what we're told, what we've been taught.
3% report said they're saying they want to do that for organ harvesting.
Right, because that's like how they did with the rat. Grow that ear. They grew that ear on the back of that rat. You remember that years ago?
Yeah.
You know, they're the organ harvesting is to keep. They're trying to stay alive as long as they can because they know their end fate, the end game. They know that they're, you know, they're going to be in the fiery pit of hell, and that's their end game. So they're trying to prolong life as long as possible.
Yeah. Hey, the Bible says every hair on our head is numbered. You
Right.
know, there's only one that knows what our days are. But I don't know. World's getting crazier and crazier. That's all I can tell you. And I just feel bad for the people that don't know and don't understand, or the ones, you know, that it scares them and they don't want to hear, instead of saying, okay, what if this is real? You know, what if it's a possibility? What are the scenarios I might have to face? Let me plan for this, 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 and this. Okay, if it never happens, it never happens. But, you know, you can always rotate your food. You always have food on hand. Well, heck, the government, you know, that committee associated with Homeland said in December in their memo, they were trying to get T-Man to an ounce instead of 72 hours to a week, have at least 6 months because of a grid down, you know, when, you know. So if they say 6 months, I'm saying 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, you can just look around and see. Like I drive by these farmers were, you know, last year bountiful. This year it looks like a wasteland out there, out where Indiana and Illinois.
I know, it's awful. You know, and that's going
So
to affect our food source. I'm telling you, if for no other reason, we need to stock up right now for a good while, because I'll guarantee you by Christmas or Thanksgiving, people aren't going to be able to afford to buy food for a holiday meal. I mean, there's hogs and cows and, you know, then the crops too. I mean, everything was destroyed with that mess. And that's our bread basket.
see, I know Richie, he talks about it, how these plane farts, you know, are they terraforming the world? You know, are they creating an atmosphere that these fallen angels, Anunnaki, whatever you want to call them, to come onto this earth and be able to live? Like, I go back to, there was a channel that did a whole bunch of research on stones and dirt and mountains. There's that one, what they call it, Satan's, that big, huge plateau looking thing. I think it's in Arizona.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, shoot.
They call it, it's Satan, Satan table or Satan.
Does anybody know what that is? It's not Devil's Peak.
Yeah, that's it. Devil's Peak.
Okay.
I think that's it. That, to me, looks like a tree trunk that was cut down. Now, we don't know, like, we don't know how big these trees were.
Well, they said Devil's Tower.
Devil's Tower. I knew it was something that had to do with.
I had just seen something on TV about that not long ago.
That to me looks like a tree trunk. You know, you cut a tree down. I cut plenty of trees down in my life. That looks like the trunk of a tree. And when, you know, before the flood, they said that supposedly these fallen angels were cutting down trees and destroying, you know, they lived back then, they lived to be 600, 700 years old, you know, and for them trees to be that big, oxygen level, the amount, how pure the air was.
Yeah.
How you could go, get some fresh oxygen out of them cans, and you just feel all lightheaded. And our atmosphere has been completely changed, and they just continue to change it.
Yeah.
So, just makes me wonder. Jody Rose talked about it with this D-Wave computer, and how they're summoning things onto this earth that don't care about you and I, like we don't care about an ant. That's how they're gonna feel about us, and nobody's talking about it. They're just letting them do their thing, and continue to try to rip that veil open.
Devil Wears
And
Prada.
we don't know what's gonna happen. What's gonna come on this earth? Men's hearts will fail them. What they see, Bible tells us this is gonna happen. So
Dana Lynn said she thinks Devil's Tower is the inside of an extinct volcano. Anything's possible.
yeah, to me it looks like a petrified tree stump.
Have you seen it in person?
No. I seen Richie's video when he took his drone up to it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he's done a lot with that drone, and makes you think twice about what they've been telling you or what they tell you.
I haven't watched it. I've been able to watch any of his videos since he has the drone. Well,
He's got
see,
some creepy stuff happening to him too.
I used to sit down after everybody went to bed, and my YouTube time was about 10 until I got tired and ready to go to bed. That's when I got to watch all of my videos. Well, now I'm a YouTubing during my YouTube time. So
well, I enjoy your channel.
thank you.
That.
I appreciate that.
I didn't know Bubba News was live. I don't know why I didn't get a notification, but I was sitting there waiting for you.
A lot of people didn't. Yeah, Bubba. Trucker wanted to know if I was going live, and I said, not right now. Bubba's live. He said, oh, I didn't know Bubba's live, and the trucker flashed right over to you. So we were all there.
Yeah, because I got him. I got the notification on, and I got the bell clicked to all, but nothing.
Well, some people have to turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, and then your notifications will start again. And I've had plenty of mine been turned off.
Yeah, I've had myself turned off. I told you my phone's been shutting off. In the middle of phone calls, it'll just end the call.
Yeah.
Watching your videos or Marv's, it'll just reset itself. Like my phone will just shut down entirely and reboot. It's all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah, my phone does crazy stuff during Adams. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty bad there for a while. It was like, every 15 minutes I was losing 15 minutes of the show. So it hasn't been real bad lately, though.
No, well, they've found other ways.
Bubba News said he knew somebody that had been unsubscribed from his channel 3 days in a row.
Wow, they click it back on and they unclick them.
Yep. Yep. Now that's crazy. Thrift Store Prepper said passive censorship. Yep.
Well, hey, I don't know if anybody else wants to call in unless you have something else to chat about.
No.
I don't want to take up too much time and somebody else wants to call.
No.
Is Bones driving? Have you seen him in the chat?
I haven't seen Bones. Anybody seen Bones? I haven't noticed him in chat.
He must have got started earlier. I know when I used to run Reefer Trailer, I used to leave early Sunday, get to my delivery, and shut down. So I was there for my AM delivery. Sometimes it'd be early in the morning on Sundays or later in the afternoon. It all depends on what time I needed to be there. So these E-logs, man, they don't give you no inch. I don't give you nothing to work with. Once you got logged on, you're logged on. You got to go.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm blessed, thankful God provided this job because, man, I enjoy trucking, but I hated I missed my kids growing up. I'd come home at the end of the week.
Kizzy Cricket
Well,
said she still runs reefer. Pot.
is she a trucker?
No, they call it pot. They call it reefer.
Oh, yeah. I know. That's why I like saying that to trip people up.
Oh my God, that's funny.
A reefer trailer.
Yeah, reefer trailer. I knew what you meant.
I know, you know. But I like saying the word to get people thinking the opposite. Reefer trailer, what?
Yeah, we
That's
had
legal?
we had the dry and the reefer when we delivered for Aldi.
Yeah, I used to deliver to Aldi.
Oh,
I used to deliver to the one right down there around the Pittsburgh area.
were you with oh, wait a minute. Oh my God. Sharp Transit?
No, I used to drive for Strimbo.
Oh, okay.
I gave out too much information right there.
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. Lord.
Zone right in. But yeah, that's who I drove for years ago. Now I got a company that when I started driving for them, they told me that I need to stop thinking like a driver because we're just a company with a truck.
Yeah.
I get paid by the hour. They take your time. They put me up in a hotel to do my breaks, buy my meals when I'm on the road.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I didn't know any companies paid by the hour.
No, there's not too many out there that do, and then they're hard to get if they are any. I think Estes pays by the hour.
Oh, really?
On some of their a friend of mine had his cousin used to drive for him, and he'd run from Pennsylvania out to New Jersey, pulling doubles, and then take his break, and then he'd hook up, come back, grab his doubles on his return, and brought him back home. They paid him by the hour.
Now, I paid, if somebody got to a stop and they had to wait.
Detention pay.
Yeah, I paid them $50 an hour after the first hour.
That's not a bad deal at all. 50?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yep. 43 cents a mile.
I used to get 43 cents a mile, and then it was after 2 hours on the dock, I would get $15 an hour detention pay. And then if I was broke down on the side of the road, after an hour of being broke down, I would go into detention pay or breakdown pay.
$15 an hour?
Yeah, I know.
Golly, Ned.
Some of these trucking companies won't even pay you detention pay. So, but
No.
like I said, God blessed me with this job, and I get time and a half when I go over 40 hours. And
oh my gosh, that's awesome.
I know. To God be that glory, because that wasn't me. This job was literally handed to me through him.
I have never even heard of that. That's awesome. That's the way it should be.
And they put me in a brand new truck.
Oh, wow.
I got in there with 67,000 miles, and guess where we're at now?
Where?
228,000.
It's still a new truck, man. You don't even have that baby broke in till you get over 500,000. It starts breaking it in, right?
I was excited when I broke 1,000.
Yep.
Or I'm sorry, 100,000.
Yep. I'm telling you, that's good though. Jeez, I didn't even know that. These companies like Swift and those paying new drivers because they don't have any experience. 22 cents a mile, 27 cents a mile. I mean, I don't know if they still do that now, but that's what it was when I had my company. That's crazy. You can't make a living doing that.
You know what you get when a Swift driver leaves the truck stop?
Oh, no. Tell me.
You get two parking spots back.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, they pick on Swift out here,
Oh, yeah.
Sure wish I finished training.
Oh, what is it they call those orange barrels? What's the company? It's their eggs. What's the company that has orange trucks?
Orange.
Those ugly orange trucks.
I'm thinking.
I
I
can't.
don't know. No. Schneider.
Schneider. Those are Schneider eggs that you're having to deal with in construction.
Yes. Schneider's another governed.
Do you
Swift
take
is
your
governed.
do you take your trailer and try to whip it and knock some of them over with the back of your trailer?
You know I do.
I
I
think
try
all
to
the
see if I
drivers
can beat my.
do.
I
Oh
try
my!
to see, especially they put the small cones out, the ones that are small rubber ones.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll wipe out a half a mile if I can at nighttime.
Listen, guys, the life of a truck driver is completely a whole, like when you're in college and that's a whole different life than, you know, the life of a truck driver is completely different. I mean, there are safety issues and, the truck stops are crazy nowadays, and then the construction slows them down and crazy drivers hating the trucks and there's more of the cars causing the big truck wrecks than
Oh,
there
there
are
is.
the trucks causing the truck wrecks.
There's the thing is, see, we're held at a higher standard. That they want to say we're professional drivers. There ain't nothing on my license that says I'm a professional driver.
Nope.
But they hold the truck drivers to a completely different standard. DOT is called Department of Transportation, not Department of Trucking.
That's right.
So they should be hitting these four-wheelers going down the road with, a bumper. They'll be dragging a bumper down the road, but that DOT officer is going to pull a truck over because his blinker's out or he's got a light out.
Yeah.
Not a blinker, but a light.
Yeah, if your truck's lined with those fancy ones with a bunch of lights on it, by golly, you let one of those lights burn out and you're pulled over. That's
right.
Crazy. Even the
I saw a truck
trailers.
just past me. His whole entire trailer, his cab, his bumper, he had chicken lights all over that thing. And I just laughed because one of them lights goes out, he's got a fine.
Oh my God.
A couple hundred lights on
Listen.
that truck.
Have you I see one every once in a while on the interstate at Christmas time that is covered in lights, and then they change the light bulbs at Christmas and make them red and green. I wouldn't think DOT would put up with that. And then they have a big Santa Claus and a wreath on the front of it, and
I do that. I got a wreath that I'll put on the grill with lights, and then I'll run it into the cab onto a converter and power the wreath up at nighttime. You'll see
that's cool.
a bunch of different lights. Oh yeah, there's guys that get creative. The Halloween time, saw one guy at a truck stop. In his toolbox, he had legs coming out like somebody was smashed in there. And then it was funny because then I saw a meme on Facebook, I don't know, quite a few months later, and they showed the guy standing next to his truck, and they said, "This is how a truck driver is born."
Oh my Lord! Have you ever cooked on your under your hood?
No. When I did drive over the road, when I had a cab, though, I had a microwave in there, a refrigerator. I had a George Foreman grill, TV. I had an Xbox. You could set your truck up. I mean, I had when the wife was mad at me, I would literally just go spend the night in the truck. Like whatever, be mad.
Oh Lord!
Called Daddy's pad when Mama's mad.
You're funny. Oh my gosh. That is funny. That's funny. Yeah. People need to know the life of a truck driver. The language is even completely different. I mean, it's just a whole different world out there on the highway that you have just absolutely no idea. And you have no idea what these drivers see on the road. I mean, it is crazy.
I've seen people changing in the driver's seat, putting pants on, driving down the road. I've seen some crazy stuff out here. And I'll tell you, I say 99% of the cars that pass me got their phone in their face driving down the road. It makes no sense at all.
Yep.
Now Now there's times where I can talk to text, and my phone is on the dashboard. It's right in front of me, so if I can scroll through, and I listen to a lot of YouTube channels while I'm driving.
Yeah.
And but that to me is not a distraction. But when you're driving down the road with one hand on the steering wheel and one hand holding the phone up in your face, passing a semi, that is just stupid.
Well, and people don't understand that any given time one of those tires could blow out. You don't want to hang around the back of the trailer of a driver. When those tires blows, that piece of rubber busts
You
your
know how
windows and
much
wreck you.
one of them retreads come off. You know how much them weigh, right? Well, you probably know. Them things weigh anywhere from 80 to 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Rubber coming off the truck, smacking into your vehicle.
Yep. At that speed.
That's 100 pounds. You think about that. At 70 miles an hour, that is no joke.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll wreck a car. And people ride right at the trailer. Man, that makes me so nervous I can't see straight.
I always if they're riding on my bumper in the other lane, they don't want to get around me. I put my blinker on. Either put my blinker on to say hey, wake up, get away from me.
What do you mean it's called hazmat? No, it's called a gator.
Those are gators.
It's not called a hazmat. It's called a gator.
Hazmat is when you're hauling anything
Chemicals.
hazardous.
Hazardous materials. Now, I'm talking about when the tires blow out. Those tires can blow out. Independent truck drivers, let me tell you, they'll run those tires bald because they can't afford to change their tires. And when those tires blow...
I just put a steer tire on this truck last week in Virginia. It cost the company $790 for one tire.
What brand?
I think I had to put a Michelin on. No. Yeah. I think it's a Michelin.
Well, now, wait a minute. That's not too bad because when I do both drive tires, it was $1,250. And my God, that was I got rid of my trucking company middle of 2003.
But in comparison, that could put tires on a regular four-wheeler.
I used all Bridgestone. I liked Bridgestone. They seemed to last longer.
Maybe it is a Bridgestone.
I tried different brands, but the Bridgestone seemed to last longer than anything.
I know my drives are Bridgestone.
Oh, not the drive tires. I'm talking about steer tires. Steer's front ones, drives back, right?
Yeah, the drives are Bridgestone. You know what? I bet you the front are Bridgestone too because I just kept when I got the tires replaced on the steers. This is I just put steers on this truck at 100,000 miles, and I already got chunks of rubber coming out of them. And the one I had to replace, literally, it had a chunk I could pull back with my fingers, and I saw the metal down inside, down to...
Yeah.
I noticed that on my post trip Monday night when I got to the hotel. Man, I was scared of driving that thing. I drove it to the Loves. They didn't have... They're supposed to have a tire tech on duty 24 hours, and they couldn't find nobody. So I had to drive it up to Wyattsville, finally get a tire put on. But that was scary because... Yeah, I've had tire blowout. I've had trailer blowout. I've had drives blowout, but I've never had a steer blowout on me.
Oh, that's good.
Old timer told me if I'd ever did not to hit the brakes. Pull the trailer brake and slow yourself down that way. He said the trailer on would kind of keep you up from doing a nosedive.
Well, there's Badger Report.
Hey, he'll probably want to call in.
I don't know.
I'm sure everybody's out there tired of hearing me talking.
Well, I wanted everybody to get a little education on your job because not everybody has the respect for a truck driver that I think they should. And
very true.
I probably didn't until I owned a company. That gives you a whole different perspective,
Oh, yeah. I used to be one of them guys that were whipping around trucks when I was younger, and then when I finally got behind the wheel and realized what these guys go through on a daily basis, it it'll mature you real fast. You'll think twice about cutting a truck off. And the scary thing is out here, a lot of these new trucks, Westy, have these like these cars do, where they have the bumper sensor, and their trucks will actually, if you get too close to their bumper, it'll automatically engage their brakes. Tell me that's not ridiculous.
What?
As a truck driver, that's the last thing you want is your brakes to be randomly locked up on you, and you have no control
On
of your
the
vehicle.
truck, it'll trigger the
Yeah,
brake?
yeah.
Well, couldn't
Guy
that?
in front.
Well,
I was following a guy. I was probably we were driving together. We were talking on the radio, and I seen a car coming. I was on the back door, and he was running the front door. So I was letting him know it was coming up behind him. And I told him, I got a car coming up beside me. You're acting all crazy. That car cut him off, and he brakes lit up. And I was like, "Why you?" He goes, "Sorry about that." He goes, "They cut me off, and my truck just automatically locked up on me." That's not good at all. That should be
no. And you know that
no-go.
that's just waiting for a big malfunction to cause a big wreck right there.
Could you imagine that happening on a snowy road? You're already.
Exactly.
I mean, granted, we got 18 wheels on the road versus your 4, but
I mean, you're going down Camp Creek Mountain on 77 in a big old snowstorm. I mean, that's or down 64 Sandstone Mountain at that grade that has. Holy smokes. Trucks have a hard enough problem on dry roads. That's why they have all those runoff ramps. And that one they built, the trucks run off the ramp and fly down into the ravine. I've never seen anything to beat that. No, that's dangerous.
I've never smoked my brakes. That's another thing.
Oh, that's
I
good.
went, yeah, I got trained pretty well when I went through get my CDL. But you can tell the ones out here that ain't. They just bring them over and
Oh my
give them.
God.
They give them. There's actually drivers I've seen from Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
They would because a lot of these Walmarts, a lot of these places you have to go check in. They want to see your driver's license and everything. And while I was behind a guy, he pulled out a driver's license and it said government issued CDL. He had a government issued CDL, and he was wearing flip flops and a turban.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
how many of these people are coming over here, on a green card, and they're just giving them a CDL because they need drivers? So it's scary out here. It ain't like it used to be.
They wouldn't have problem getting a driver if they pay him better. I paid mine good.
Yeah, sounds like
back
it.
in 2003, I had some lazy drivers who didn't want to pick up extra loads, or take a load, in between, just one load a day or something. But in 03, my drivers averaged $4,000 a month.
That's real good for being paid by the mile.
Oh yeah, I kept my drivers, man. I didn't have no turnover. I only had to fire 2, so that wasn't bad.
Hey, like what you and Bones were talking about the other night, how the price of diesel has just skyrocketed.
Oh my gosh, 99 cents a gallon when I started in 99.
Yeah, back before the incident that can't be said, the 3 letters or the 3 numbers.
Yeah.
Back before that, it was 99 cents, for diesel, and not much more for gasoline. And now look at it; it's doubled its price.
Yeah.
And they've literally found other ways to produce diesel. And they're still. It's crazy out here. Like, there's guys that are actually growing algae in their fuel tanks right now because of this biodiesel.
What do you mean they're growing algae in their fuel tanks?
Whatever's in the fuel mixture is creating algae spores inside their fuel tanks. I had my fuel filter changed, and the tech looked into my tanks with a flashlight, and I was like, I just filled up. And he's like, no, I'm not looking at that. I'm looking to see if You got algae in there. And I'm like, why? He's like, because a lot of people are getting algae growing into their diesel tanks, and then it's going through their fuel system and shutting the truck down.
Oh, it'd tear up the whole motor, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord. It's hard to tell. I'm gonna
Well,
tell
I'm gonna
him.
get off here. I don't know. Maybe Badger wants to call in, or
I don't think he's gonna call in, but it's already
no.
4:35. I think we'll have our I don't know, see if Bub or somebody
Smoke
wants to
show.
get in. Yeah, we'll do something. But yeah, I've gotta start cutting them a little bit earlier so I can sleep for that uh youngin' that's gonna be 3 in September. It runs me ragged through the day.
All right,
Listen,
Westview. Well, it was good chatting with you.
I appreciate you calling in. You had great information, and you be careful.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Y'all have
right.
a good one. Talk to you soon.
All right, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye.
He's always got a lot of information. All righty. I'm going to shut this puppy down at 5 o'clock. So we've got just 20-some minutes. Anybody want to call? Is everybody tired? What time will you be here tonight? I'm not sure. I was going to try to go on at 10 tonight. I'm glad I didn't because then we would have missed Bubba. My normal time's usually 11. I try to get on between 11 and 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's what I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. But I guess we're going to have to see what the Marfugel schedule is going to be. I know, Kizzy. How about that? Unbelievable. Prayer works wonders, don't it? Well, you're welcome, Miss Dana. Trucker loves everybody. He does. He's a good guy. I've never heard of algae, and man, that would tear. You don't want to have to put a motor in one of them babies. You just might as well trash it and get a new truck if you're going to do that. Do you have any updates you want to call and tell us, Baba? Or are you upstairs watching? You got to be quiet. You're trying to call me. My phone's not ringing, honey. It's not a ringing. Did you text me? And call or just call? I don't know. What's it do when you call? Let me tell you. This is a GoDaddy line. I haven't decided if I like it or not. I might be switching. Oh, good. It's always nice to have a packed church. Yeah, it's funny how, what do you mean it rings, Scott? I'm not ringing. My phone ain't doing nothing. Either line. Well, Kizzy, I'm getting ready to end it, honey. It is just sending me into voicemail. Well, that's odd. Let's see. I had it on do. No. It's not on Do Not Disturb. Nope. My little thing's not slid. Should be working. Who knows? I started not to get this line. My sister-in-law used to have her, her web page was hosted by GoDaddy. She had trouble all the time. Well, I just restarted it right before the show. But I will. It is my personal phone with a GoDaddy line on it, but I'm getting ready to change that. That's not my personal number scrolling. Well, I mean, y'all know, Trucker just hung up. Yes, that's a sign that it's time to get some sleep. My goodness, we've been going till 6:30 in the morning. Then talking to mods after the show. Getting in bed at 8 or 9, sleeping all day. I'm telling you. Oh, let me turn my phone back on. Shoot. I'm waiting to see if the phone's going to ring. I forgot to turn it back on. Oh, my, y'all. You just woke up. Yeah, I tried to call you. Yes, it can become a full-time job. It very easily can. If you let it. Especially if you're having some issues. But like Kizzy said, it had been eerily quiet tonight. I think my point was made. Hello? Who's this? Oh. It is? Well, you don't sound like you normally do. No, your phone sounds different. No, it sounds clearer. I can hear you clear as a, yeah, I can hear you clear as a bell. Usually I have to struggle a little bit. And then your caller ID came up as a West Virginia number. Yeah, sure did. How about that? Let me put you. You went on speaker? I don't have you on speaker yet. Okay, hold on. Hey, everybody. Snafu Snipes. He daggone sure did. All right. Here you go, buddy. There you go.
I had a call from some other family members, and there was some stuff that we're monitoring. And I just want to say, Bubba Newsman, good catch, bro. Very good catch on the identity switcheroo thing that they're pulling with some of this stuff we're seeing. I don't know if you guys saw that or not.
Oh, yeah, we were all there. He did a great job with that.
The one thing that I do want to point out, and this happened last night, someone pointed it out to me, and it's actually a really good thing to monitor, is the free apps that allow you to listen to scanners, to both EMT, traffic control, emergency, things like that. We had a few people notice the scanners light up before incidences occurred. And so that is just another way for us to kind of track real time events, even though the suppression is being handled. And so I would recommend a lot of the Google fam, go get those free apps, man. Listen to the scanners around the United States. Listen to both the EMS, the emergency broadcasting, traffic control. And when things start lighting up, we kind of know something may be going down. So I just wanted to thank the family members the other night that were informing us of the scanner report. And just every one of you guys just doing your thing, and just be safe, man. Everyone do your thing, and much love as always. That's pretty much all I wanted to say, WV.
Oh, I've got my scanner app set to it gives me the fire department, state police, county police, and the EOC. I can hear all those on the.
Right, and that's what I'm saying is we could all get apps, because you got to think about it. There for a minute we were wondering, like, what if they don't want to admit something is happening, and so they want to just say it's all separate or this or that or whatnot. So we had people who were calling in, like, saying, hey, the scanner is lighting up, the scanner is lighting up. And I recommend a lot of the people, those apps are free, listen to them, and that kind of gives us a traffic, movement, so to speak. So,
Yep.
With our emergency services. So I appreciate every one of you with those eyes and ears open.
Listen, the family does a good job. It's amazing the information that you'll get.
Yeah, and I'm honestly so happy. That video that Bubba shared with the identity switch.
Yes.
Every one of us should tweet that out. Every one of us should share it, link it, and we really should try and get that thing viral. Because I mean, it's as obvious as daylight, the switcheroo.
Well, did you hear? Let's see. What was the? It was the Dayton newspaper tweeted out the incident 8 hours before it happened.
Yeah, well, like I said, there's going to be a lot of weird, iffy, what's not, especially just because of now it's already coming true.
But one of our family members,
that they're changing identities on the same news outlet, and then let's just change a picture, and it's amazing. Many people don't forget though. Some of these events that occur, people still get hurt or even killed at times. Like,
yeah,
FF do not mean that it's all fake.
Right.
Sometimes they're real, but they're cause for agenda.
Yes.
And so I just want to say thank you to all the people around the world. And thank you to people like Bubba News catching that, and people like the ones who were calling last night about the scanners going on. And I just want to say that's what it's about, community and just keeping in contact with each other. Because if they're going to suppress our live stream capability, if they're not going to give us the real news, we, the people around the world, can at least get what real news we seem to think to each other, and then go from there and decipher and discern. So
absolutely. So listen, I found because Bubba went live and gave all that information, so the only thing, and I put it in his live chat, but he didn't see it. The only thing I had found that he didn't have in his report, because we were kind of both on the same wavelength. I think we had ESP to go on tonight. Is True Reporting shows the clip where they gave the breakdown of the Dallas guy, and it didn't have a whole lot on his background, just that he was Democrat. That was it. And like 10 minutes later, he was Republican, Christian, and a T-Man supporter. Wasn't that something?
Right. And I'm going to talk to Thomas here very soon. I know you from True Reporting. He's a good cat. I know he has a lot going on.
Yeah.
I know that Bubba's talked about it, like with the QAnons and them trying to, the FBI talking about it as now a domestic terrorist group of sorts, or however it is. I just want to warn all truthers that, we talk about, the light and this and that, and we know Job suffered in the Bible, so don't think that we as people will not, I don't want to be doom and gloom, but just always be prepared, because it's not going to be rainbows and kitties in our future, it looks like, and things seem to only be ramping up.
Absolutely.
But what I did notice is our mainstream media did not even cover any of those shootings until the next morning on some of them. Steve Lookner even got a bunch of heat for making a comment about something like that. But the fact is it took social media, Twitter, Facebook, people like you, people like Bubba News, people like the ones calling me, people like me. to access the information real-time moment, so to speak.
Yeah.
None of the mainstream media did their job that night with any of those two things, and that's what world we're living in now. And so I just want to say thank you so much to every one of you for getting the news out, for just talking truth and speaking truth, and love to all, man. That's pretty much all I wanted to say on.
Well, we appreciate you, Snafu. You're doing an awful good job, too.
I appreciate it.
We've got an awesome family.
You got one of the coolest families here. You got one of the coolest communities. And I just want to say, every one of you guys in chat, every one of you guys in just the family period, everywhere, all the channels, are rock stars. And the optics, as I always say, are only going to get higher. But we have certain tools that we can use to our advantage to kind of, go along with the flow. And one of those tools, even though the censorship is so deep, is obviously, as Bubba pointed out, he went and looked at it and then kept on it until they switched it. And he caught that, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
But it's not even stuff like that. It's, like I said, pay attention to the radio scanners. Pay attention to your, the apps are free. But when you hear a lot of noise and traffic on those, you know something may be going on, because we obviously know mainstream media won't even tell us until the next day. And then what story comes out of it, narrative, we don't know,
Exactly.
So the fact is just everyone's doing so good in the times we're in, and just keep positive, even though it's hard to. So thanks.
Well, we love you, Snafu. Thank you.
I love you all too, and that's the truth, yo.
All right, honey. You have a good night or good day.
Okay,
it's almost daylight. All right, honey. Bye-bye. We love Snafu, don't we? We love our family. What is this? Well, I swear the Wi-Fi will not stay on my phone. There we go. See if that helps any. Well, text works, phone works. I don't know. Well, y'all, this is going to be probably 4 o'clock. I don't know. We got to see what Adam's schedule is going to be. But I know I'm going to have to get more sleep on. I don't have to get my grandbaby till 12:20 tomorrow, but it'll be earlier than that soon. So we'll work on our schedule, and it'll definitely be around Adam and anybody else that's on. I know we've been doing 11 o'clock every night, but 11:30, which is fine. That would give us a little bit of time. If Adam's going to stay on the Eastern Standard Time 2 o'clock schedule, but I don't know. We'll work on a schedule once we see what his schedule's going to be. Well, I'm gonna close it out, Bubba, unless you want to call and have something to say, baby. You're up awful late, Bubba. Thrift Store Prepper, it's good to see you again, too, honey. Love you a bunch. Be looking for my package this week. Diana Lynn covered in lights, too. Thank you, Diana Lynn. I appreciate that. I know. Listen, this is Rockstar. Who has all of these creators in their chat? Marv? No, we all support each other. Got a good family. Who has a big package? I don't know. I don't know any of these guys personally, Kizzy. I just know Thrift Store Prepper. I won his game on his show the other night. And I've got a package coming. I'll show it when I get it. This is where the cool kids kick it. Oh, aren't you sweet? You're the cool kid. You got that show going on, buddy. All them women rocking and reeling, mailing out meat sticks and nut sacks, and the little baby. Oh, Lord. Please press a number now. What? Indicating your package size. Oh, Kizzy, you're a mess. I found you through Marfugal. I really like your channel. Well, thank you, honey. Yes, I'm a Marfugal fan. I have been with Marfugal right out a year now, I think. Love his heart. He still had his little green screen. You go back and look at some of those old videos and how he's matured in just a short period of time and that channel's grown. It is amazing. I tell you, God's blessed him. God's blessed all of us. We got a good family. Well, all right, guys. I guess I'm going to shut it down. I've already got my thumbnail made. Listen, y'all didn't notice y'all didn't have to watch me tweet anything or Discord anything. I did it before I went live tonight. See, I'm getting better. And my thumbnail's ready. So, it's all ready to go. Good to go. I didn't have any problems going live. It's a blessing. Let me tell you, this was a I think we all prayed so hard like last night, this morning, and today. We were all blessed this evening with this show. This is the calmest it's been in a while, so we're going back to normal. Woo! Yes, we are. Badger report. You think the scanner app is annoying? Seriously, have to sit here and listen to the static? I don't. I don't have any static on mine when I turn it on. I don't think. No, mine's quiet. If there's nothing going on. I've got two different kinds though. Well, let's see. Let's see what old New York's doing. Counties. Well, how do you know what county? What county's New York City in? I don't know. Oh, New York City. It gives me an option. Alrighty. The NOAA weather. We're going to get a caller, y'all. I'll tell him I can't text it. Of course, Bubba, of course. I asked you to. You must not have heard me. Why can't I hear this? Of course, Bubba. Are you leaving 3%? Bubba's getting ready to call us. You have a good night, honey. I hope he's not having trouble. Always call the time. Yeah. Working just fine. Hello? Hello? This is West Virginia Prepared Mind. Who's this? Oh. How? What you got for us? Oh, you're Say. Oh my gosh. We have Say on the phone, y'all. Holy cow, from Australia. How in the world you doing, baby? How exciting.
Hello. I've been trying to call you for ages.
You have? What was the problem?
Yeah. I was dialing the wrong number.
Oh, bless your heart. I hate that.
For Wanda? Yeah.
Huh?
I got it was a lady just gave me the number. Wanda?
Oh, okay. Yeah, the number's
Yeah.
scrolling on the screen.
It's delayed. I'm watching you as I speak, and I'm getting confused because you're coming out later.
Oh, you can't watch me when you talk. It'll mess you up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Nobody, when you call into somebody, you can't watch because there's always a delay. So what you got for us, honey?
Yeah, I just wanted to say hello so you can hear my voice.
Well, I think you have a delightful voice. And I think you sound very nice.
I love your accent.
But I knew you would sound nice.
Yeah, I love your...
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, I love yours.
I love your accent.
Let me see. Are you the one that told me I said something funny, or was that Helen?
Yeah, no, you say Aldi's. You say Aldi's funny.
Oh, we call
You say a lot of words funny.
We call it Aldi's. What else do you think I say?
Aldi.
What do you think? What else?
There's a lot. Melbourne.
Melbourne. And we say Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah, we pronounce all the syllables. That's funny. Yeah, there is a big difference. Now, your accent's a little bit different than the Sydney side of Australia, though.
No, I don't know. I don't think so. I think we're all the same.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems a little different. But I love the Aussie accent. I think it's great. I was there 10 days.
No, I hate Aussie.
You do?
Our Aussie accent, it sounds horrible. Especially in Aussie movies. Like, we've got a horrible accent.
I don't think I've ever seen a movie that was all Australian actors.
Aussies, yeah. I don't watch them. They're just too fake for me. I don't watch them.
Yeah, Badger Report had told me that night it was Melbourne. He typed it in for me to say Melbourne. That's okay. Well, I think that's awesome you call. Bless your heart.
Thank you.
We'll have to tell Helen. Now, let's see. There was somebody else in here that was from your area, and neither one of you are in at the same time. They came in one other time. Now, you're real regular. That person just pops in and out. But I can't remember the screen name.
Yeah, well, it's 7 p.m. here.
Huh?
It's 7 p.m.
7
o'clock here.
7 p.m. Yeah, that's right, because I would be let's see, I would call between 8:30 and 9 when I was there to talk to my boys before they went to school here. So they
Yeah.
were already going to school the next morning, and I was going to bed there. Yeah.
I know. I love the way you speak.
Well, thank
Every
you.
time I listen to you, you just make me happy for some reason.
Oh, well, honey, bless your heart. I appreciate that so much. That is
But
so
I had a
precious.
bad day today, and as soon as I seen you come on, I flipped on it straight away, and you just made me happy.
Oh, honey, that is awesome. Well, I hate to hear you had a bad day today. Is it anything you want to
It's
tell us
okay.
about?
No, but when Trucker was talking, I had to stop. I had to click off because are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Because a lot of things have happened to me that my mum passed away 8 years ago, and a lot has stopped now, and I don't know. But a lot of stuff's happened to me in spiritual wise, and it's traumatized my life really badly. So, and yeah, I've been pulled off my bed quite a few times at the other house I lived at. Yeah, so I don't understand a lot, but yeah, I believe my mum, whatever it was, I believe my mum took it with her.
Oh, so it stopped when your mom passed?
Yeah, nothing's happened. Nothing's happened to me. The little bits have, but not as severe as it used to until my mum passed away. But
Always command
I've been,
in the name of Jesus for Satan
yeah,
to leave, and then plead the blood, cover yourself in the blood of Christ. And then, like Trucker said, to imagine yourself putting on pieces of armor like Roman soldiers of God.
Yeah, so my mum was a Christian, and I never fully believed in God. And she said, "You must believe in Him fully. You can't, you've got to believe in Him fully or not at all." And it's not until my mum passed away, different things have been happening. So I started believing in God and saying, when things did happen to me, I'd say the Lord's Prayer, and it would stop straight away, and it's made me stronger and stronger.
Oh, good,
So
good.
I do believe.
Yeah. Now, me and my sister, if we've had a bad day and feel like, we need any out of protection, we sleep with our Bible on our chest. We open our Bible and to Psalms 91 is supposed to be the Psalm prayer of protection, and we open it up to Psalm 91 and lay our Bible on our chest and go to sleep saying our prayers and end every prayer with the Lord's Prayer.
I've never, my mum was, fully, like, she didn't preach to me at all, I've found the way, like, I do believe in him now, and I see where it all comes from, and I just wish Mum did pressure me or did teach me a lot more than what she should have. I believe it, yeah. But I don't know much about the Bible, but I'm getting there. I do believe, and yeah, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. You're studying and trying to learn, and God knows your heart, say. It's okay. You don't have to. I mean, nobody learns it overnight. Just so long as you have the love of God in your heart and you've accepted Jesus Christ as your Savior, the rest will fall in place.
Yeah, I believe that's why a lot stopped happening to me. I do believe that because now I believe in God and I understand now. Yeah.
Well, good.
When my mum was alive, a lot of stuff happened to my mum as well, but I never believed in God at that time. So, but now like a lot has stopped. There's sometimes that little things do happen, but and when I'm down, when I feel like when I'm vulnerable, stuff happens to me. But I'll say the Lord's Prayer, and like if I've got fear in me, like you said the other day, just say the Lord's Prayer, and yeah.
Yeah. I mean, fear's not of God, but Satan, man, the closer you get to God, sometimes Satan thinks, oh, Lord, I've lost one of mine. I've got to get him back. And he tries to fool people by thinking, if you're a Christian and God's real, then nothing bad's going to happen to you. And he heaps a bunch of bad stuff on you. Those are just tests. You just show Satan that your faith is ever stronger. And he's not going to win that battle because you've got God. Now,
And my mum's got quite a few crosses with Jesus on it, and they've scared me. I've always been scared of them until I found out that that someone told me that the Satan making you feel scared, or so I've put them all up in my house as well. So I'm not scared of them no more. But yeah, I was actually scared of them.
yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah, but I'm not scared of them anymore.
Now, I don't have any crucifixes because Jesus isn't, to me, Jesus isn't on the cross anymore. So I just have plain crosses. But, you
I
know,
didn't think.
that's, at least you have a cross, And I wear a cross all the time. I feel like wearing my cross all the time gives me protection. And then that shows if, I run into anybody, then they know that's my sign, I'm a Jesus believer. So I wear it all the time.
Well,
Listen,
my son's 14, and
are you
he doesn't
subscribed?
believe, and he says,
Are you subscribed to the Bubba News? Are you familiar with that channel, say?
No. All I do is there's a couple of live streams that I watch with animals on it. You're the first person I've actually talked to like this, and through this chat. I feel like I have found a family because I have met everyone's passed away in my family besides my brother and my sister. They live a long way, and I've only got me and my son. So I do it hard. I find that I've got not a friend in the world.
Well, it always thrills us to death to see you, say. So, yes, you're a big part of the family. Well, we have 2 family members that, Renee Thomas, she does a show in the evening, our time, is it 7 every night except Wednesday and 8 o'clock, or 8 o'clock every night except 7 on Wednesday? I forget. But sign up. It's R-E, you'll see her in chat, Renee Thomas, Renea Thomas. She does Bible studies. And
okay.
Bubba, will you post something so she can see your screen name? There you go. CJ put links for you.
I've seen CJ just put something in.
Okay, if you click the links, those are our family members. 8 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock on Wednesday. I always mess it up. But Bubba
it's different for me though,
has some teachings on the Bible that are very good about Bible prophecy. And Renee does Bible study every night. And those are 2 of our cherished family members just like you. You can trust them, and you click on their links and subscribe to them and go back and watch videos, and there you go. You'll have your Bible study. You'll have somebody walking you through learning that Bible. How's that?
Yeah, I'll be doing that.
Good. Good deal.
I can't believe I'm talking to you.
You can't. I can't believe I'm talking to you. That is awesome. We'll have to get on.
I can't wait.
We'll have to get on to Helen and tell her now Australia's called me and the UK hasn't. But yeah, we have a great, great family. And I'm glad you called. Now, does it cost a lot for you to call from Australia?
No, it doesn't.
It's just.
Well, I've only put $10 on my phone, and that will last me the whole week. Unlimited.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that is precious. That is precious. Well, save the number. I might be changing that number, but I'll put it up on the little ticker. But save the number so you'll have it. And you go back and watch the Bubba News's videos about Bible prophecy, and then go back and watch Renee Thomas's Bible studies, and you'll feel like you've got somebody helping you walk through this new walk that you're experiencing. Help you.
Yeah, I will be doing that.
So you're not by yourself. But Renee and Bubba are really good at that. And then somebody else was talking about putting up a channel and just reading the Bible, going through the Bible with people. So She is. She's from we say Melbourne, but they say Melbourne. She's from Melbourne, Australia, Snafu. And she's calling from there. How about that? I feel so special. I don't know of anybody
you
that's
are
got a
special.
call from Australia. That's wonderful. I think you're precious. It always makes me happy to see you.
Yeah, I
But
know. As soon as, like I said, I had a bad day. As soon as I seen you, as soon as I hear your voice, you make me happy.
oh, honey, that is so
And I love
precious.
the way you keep saying, listen.
I do. I noticed
I
that.
like I'll say to I'll turn around and say to my son, listen, and he goes, what are you doing that for?
Oh, that's funny. Oh. I don't mean it as a command, though. It's just like,
No, but when I say it, it sounds mean. But when you say it, it sounds gorgeous.
oh no, I bet you it sounds gorgeous when you say it. It's just kind of like, listen here, you're not going to believe this. That's what I mean when I say it. Listen,
no, but
y'all.
you say it with a real personality. You go, listen.
Yeah, you'll put the y'all at the end of it, and that'll really get him. Listen, y'all. I'll teach you West Virginia hillbilly before it's over, say.
I love the way you talk. I can't get over it.
Well, thank you so much. Most people have always made fun of me.
Okay. Well, I know you need an early night, so.
Well, honey, I appreciate you calling.
I'm wrapped when I called, so.
You noticed, she's saying she noticed I stopped. Stopped what? Did I stop saying listen? Well, this week's been a rough week. We've had, this has just been a different week, I'll tell you. So, well, you made me smile when I realized it was you on the phone, honey.
I thought I rang the wrong phone number because I was watching you at the same time and you didn't answer the phone. I thought, oh my god, I rang the wrong number. Yeah, I rang the wrong number.
No, you got it right. You got it right. Well, you save it, honey. I'm glad you got the right number.
I'm in Melbourne.
Huh?
Victoria's a different state. Yeah, Victoria's a different state. I'm in Melbourne. Yeah.
Yeah. Say where you're from again. How do you say it?
Melbourne.
Melbourne. Yep, that's what old Badger told me to
Yeah.
say. Melbourne. That's precious.
Yeah.
Oh, thrift store prepper said, what's the capital of Canada?
Well, that's not Australia.
I know. What's the capital of Australia? Sydney?
The capital of Australia is, New South Wales.
It's what?
New South Wales, it's in Sydney.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. I can't ever remember. I always want to say the capital of Canada. I always get it wrong. I always want to say it's
I don't know what the capital of Canada is.
oh, I do. I always get the wrong one though. I have to say both of them. What is the capital of Canada? Ottawa? That's not the capital, is it? Oh well. At least I know our capitals. That's all that matters. All right, honey. Well, I'm glad. Huh? What?
I thought Canada, they speak a different language.
A lot of it was settled by the French. So there's a lot of French Canadians and they speak French, but they speak French and English. It's like Australia was colonized and settled by England, so y'all speak English. They were first settled by the French. So there's areas that speak a lot of that are primarily French in Canada.
Okay.
And that's about all of the Australian and Canadian history I know. Although I know why England settled Australia, they used it in the beginning as an island to send their most horrible prisoners that they couldn't control and plopped them on an island without anything and used it as a prison island. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yep, that's why there were the first settlers or first people on the island. And that was many, 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 many years ago. And then, of course, people just started going and settling. But yep, that was the first
I
people.
didn't know that.
Yep, England wanted to plop the prisoners out of their country, and they owned Australia. So, and that is about my world history knowledge right there. Well, I appreciate you calling, and I'm glad I made you feel better.
Yeah.
And you're getting ready. You're not far from going to bed, are you?
Yeah, no, I haven't got tea ready yet because I've been sitting here trying to ring you all day. But
Oh,
that's fine.
well, bless your heart. All right. Well, listen. I did say listen. I'll think of you now every time I catch myself saying that. Be patient with that boy. Bring him to Jesus with love. You
Yeah,
show
I'm not
him
pressuring like my mum didn't pressure me, but yeah.
show him changes that is being
Yes, I've
made.
tried to, like, because he knows, like, now that he's a little bit older, he's witnessed some things that have happened to me,
Mhm.
and he still doesn't believe in spirits. And even though he's seen things happen to him, he still doesn't believe in it. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but I'm telling him that nothing happens to me anymore. But it's because I do believe in God, and that
Yeah,
it stops because of that reason.
right. Somebody, Snafu Snaps, put on here that McDonald's in Australia uses kangaroo meat. I said that to you
I
when
just read kangaroo meat is delicious. I'm a vegetarian, so, but no, I don't think, no, McDonald's meat isn't kangaroo.
it was when I ate there, it was real pasty tasting meat. It didn't taste like our processed meat. And I told everybody, I know this is kangaroo meat. They're trying to fool us. And then let me tell y'all something else. In Australia, they don't say ketchup. They call it tomato sauce. And the girl
Yeah,
was
tomato sauce.
yeah, tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce, yeah.
And the girl at
Yeah, I
McDonald's
don't know. I didn't know. Yeah.
would get real
You
hateful.
say fairy floss.
Huh?
You say cotton candy, and we say fairy floss.
We say cotton candy and you say fairy sauce?
Yeah, fairy floss.
Fairy fluff. Oh, okay, gotcha. Fairy fluff.
Yeah.
Cotton candy and fairy fluff. How about that? I've never heard that one. But that old girl, once I
I
found
didn't know what.
Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't know what cotton candy was until I found out. Yeah, that cotton candy is actually fairy floss in Australia.
That's funny. That is funny. Yeah, once I found the McDonald's in Sydney, let me tell you, this old girl was hiffing it to McDonald's every day. I wanted to at least eat some French fries. I didn't want some of the other food I was eating, and I would forget every day. And I'd say, "Oh, I need a few packets of ketchup." And that girl, the first time, the girl didn't know what I was talking about, and she it was always the same girl that waited on me, and she got real hateful, and she'd smack it on the counter and say it's tomato sauce. And I looked at the package one day and it was distributed by Kraft Foods. And I said, nope, they just changed. I said, they just changed it for you. It's an American company and it's called ketchup. I was young and spunky back then. Now, somebody put in chat, are you saying not tomato, fairy floss or fluff?
Fairy floss.
Floss? Like dental floss?
Yeah, FLOSS.
Oh, okay. FLOSS. That's not floss, that's fluff. Floff. FLO.
Floss.
Floff.
Fairy floss.
Fairy floffs. Okay, got it. FLOFF. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Floss.
Yep, FLOSS.
Huh?
Fairy floss. Yep.
Say it again.
And you say cell phone. I was thinking, what's a cell? I didn't know. You always say cell. I didn't know what cell is, but it's a cell phone. It's a mobile phone.
Yeah. You call it mobile phone. We call it a cell phone.
Yeah. There's a few things that are different.
Yeah, there are. It's interesting. But we have different things from state to state in America. Like, when I drink my pop, I call it pop. Most states call it soda. And then some places say soda pop. And some places just say drink.
Yeah, soda pop, we just have soft drink.
Yeah, some people say soft drink. Yep,
Yeah.
I just call it my pop.
Like soda pop, I'm like, what? I wouldn't know what soda pop was.
Yep, it's your soft drink.
Yeah.
Yep, I thought it was cool, those little half-size cans of Coke y'all had over there. Those are handy, just have a drink or two and not waste a whole can. Or half a can out of a whole can. But yeah, I think your country is the bomb. I shouldn't have said that.
My mum always said, my mum's always said that we should be blessed because we live in the best country in the world. And I never understood what she meant, but I actually do believe we live in a good country now.
Oh yeah. Oh, Australia's a good company.
I've always loved America. It's always been America.
What, honey?
It's always been America. I've always loved America. I've always wanted to be in America. Mum's always said we live in the best country in the world. Good, yeah.
You do live in a good country. You really do. And you're one of our allies. I mean, I've been there. It's a good country. There's not really
Australia, the only time I get to see a gun is on a police officer. I don't really see guns at all, and I get excited when I see one.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, y'all aren't allowed to have guns.
No, they're banned. You got to have a license to have a gun, and to get a license is very hard.
Oh. Yep. Well.
Yeah.
But what's your crime rate? You don't have a very high crime rate, do you?
I'm not sure. It's not. I know that America is like 10 years ahead of Australia. So, like our tallest building in Australia would be one of your smallest buildings in America.
Yeah, you don't have skyscrapers.
No, we don't have big buildings at all.
No, but your whole country's surrounded by water, and you can get bad storms. So maybe it's not safe to have tall buildings. But actually, no, your country's not 10 years behind us. I mean, there wasn't any cultural difference as far as lifestyle when I was there. You have a better national transportation system than we do. The cab fare's cheaper.
No way, cabs here are so expensive. They're really. I always thought the American cabs must be cheap because you just see yellow cabs in America all the time. But in Australia, cabs are really dear. And the roads in America, like I look at the movies and I spin out. They're so big, I can't get over it.
Yeah, we have a lot of lanes. We do have a lot of lanes around some of our bigger cities. On our bigger interstates. And y'all are mostly just 2 lanes, right?
Yeah, we've moved up to 4 lanes now. Yeah, but we don't have them like bridges that go around, and the roads are massive in America.
Yeah, the cloverleaf.
We don't have like bears and things that attack. Like you have got really nasty wildlife. Like one day I just can't wait to see a skunk in real life. I love raccoons.
They're mean, Say. You don't want to see a raccoon. They're mean. And skunks spray and make you stink.
There's one thing I want to do is to see a skunk
There's
and a raccoon
there's no skunks or raccoons in
and
Australia?
and a chipmunk and a
Oh,
squirrel.
chipmunks are cute. I have squirrels in my yard every day.
I love squirrels and chipmunks. I
They,
didn't even know chipmunks were real.
yeah, they sure are. They're just like miniature squirrels, kinda, with a stripe down their back. Ah, there's that rooster crowing, y'all. Oh,
Oh, no, it's getting late for you.
it's 20 minutes early. It's 5:30. That sucker's early this morning. Huh? Yeah, it's 5:30 a.m. on Monday morning here. Everybody will be getting ready to go to work before long. So, but, well, maybe someday you'll get to come here. But I think you'll be disappointed. Our
No, I
bigger,
don't think I will be.
listen,
I
thought,
would fly to America.
huh?
I'm petrified of water. I don't know how I'd go for 14 hours flying overseas.
For how many hours? It takes 4 hours. Let's see. It only takes 2 hours to go from Sydney to Auckland, New Zealand, and then it takes 4 hours from Auckland, New Zealand to Hawaii, and then it takes 4 more hours from Hawaii to Los Angeles. But because you cross over the international date line, when I got there before I actually left. Because it takes you back a day. But I thought it was neat. The sky and clouds reflect on the water, and it's like you're just, I don't know, it was just real odd. It was like there was no land.
I'm a day ahead of you.
Huh?
I'm a day ahead of you.
Yes. Oh, so because you're already Monday evening, and we're just starting Monday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we crossed the international date line and jump a day. So when I got there, I got to Australia before I had actually left America. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you're a day.
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah, because you're a day ahead. Yep. That was odd. Well, honey, I appreciate you calling. You're precious. You call anytime. And I'm glad we make you smile. And I'm sure everybody's real nice to you in chat.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, good.
DJ Blaze, straight away I ask something and she's there.
Yep, she's something. Well, you go back through chat because went back in time like Marty McFly. No, I went ahead in time, didn't I? Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, Marty McFly. Okay, my brain's too fried to figure it out. But she posted the links for Bubba News and Renee Thomas for you. So you slide through the replay and find those links so you can subscribe to them. And you'll learn all kinds of stuff about the Bible. And you can have your own little private family. And then, of course, you'll get the notifications and you can see them when they're live and you can participate in their chat. And it's everybody that's in our chat. I mean, we all follow the same people. So you'll see familiar names. So the family will still be there. So you can do Bible study with the family. And then I'll watch Bubba and Renee. So I'll be there too. Okay? Well, I'm glad you called. I'm glad we got to tell you that. All right, honey. Love you to pieces.
Okay. Okay, love you too.
All right. God bless you. We'll keep you in our prayers.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. Well, wasn't that special and a nice surprise? Love her heart, little Say. I'm a telling you. All the way from Australia. Melbourne. I'll learn how to say it. Okay, Bubba, you gonna call? Where'd you go, Bubba? Bubba, you still there? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, he texted me. Is Bubba still in chat? Yes, no, maybe. He was getting ready to call. Say called. But he can still call if he's still up. But that was a treat to have Say call. Not that it's not a treat to have Bubba call. Bubba News. My mouth is full now. Your mouth is full. You eating breakfast? Well, you want me to wait till you're not eating? Well, thank you, Say. I think you're precious, honey. And I'm glad we make you smile. You can call anytime. Give me some more English lessons. Dinner? You're just now eating dinner? Well, I had a chicken sandwich and a little bit of potato salad again. I just bought snack food. I didn't buy anything really to eat. I bought stuff for the baby to eat. But well, that's good. Well, Bubba, you're eating dinner. You're not going to call now. It's 5:30. I promised myself I would be out of here before 6. So, see, tonight was a short night anyway, though. It's only been 3 hours and 22 minutes. Holy cow. We got a late start, though. Not because of you, Bubba. I had calls. I couldn't. After you were done, I still couldn't get started. Oh, we love you, Say. I'm glad you called, honey. You call anytime. You take care of those cats. Get your tea. I've never been a big hot tea, warm tea drinker. I like cold tea, iced tea. And thank you for calling, Snafu. Oh, that reminded me. I couldn't. Is Badger still here? He sent me what he was getting on his scanner, but I couldn't get it to play. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that static. Ugh.
He's only getting static on his. Gosh, I got another gnat. I'm gonna tell you what's the truth. I got those gnats from those few bananas, and I still have a few gnats. I keep killing them. They must be hatching somewhere. I don't know. Seems like once you get a gnat, you can't ever get rid of it. Hadn't had any all summer. Covered those bananas up with something. I don't know what is. My scanner don't do that. So I don't know why his does. Mine only clicks on if somebody's on. I don't know what this is. Oh, I do. This is Lake Hood, Alaska. Is Alfred still here? I put my scanner on Lake Hood, Alaska. Lake Hood Tower. I don't know what that is. See, I don't have mine. Don't make any noise unless they're getting ready to do something or say something. Is Badger still in there? Poor little Say. She don't have any family. We're all she has. Love her heart.
Heavy cleared to Hong Kong Airport via the Connect 2 departure. Then it's filed. Climb and maintain 4,000. Departure frequency 118.6. Squawk 3451.
They're talking about a Hong Kong flight. The Lakewood Tower. So that must be the airport. It doesn't give me any choices for anything in Alaska. Anything in Alaska but airports. No police, no nothing. What do you think about that? And this one is police, fire, and EMS. All of them have that in the lower 48, but it's only... That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, old Brock was just getting a lot of static. That recording was horrible. Trying to get... Here's the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island police. Wonder what they got going on in New York. This should be busy.
Time is 0540 hours, dispatcher 399.
Somebody's got their mic on. Lord of mercy. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to call it a night, a day, or whatever you want to call it. Let Buzz doing something. I hope I didn't miss anything. Nope. So, I love you all. Thank you so much for sticking with me every night. I appreciate it. I think we always have fun. We always have great callers and information. And we always have a few laughs. That's good. We make Say smile, so that's real good. And it was just calm and peaceful. How about that? Prayer does a lot of good. That's all we need. That's our biggest armor. And kisses back to you, thrift store prepper. Mwah. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Always remember, share the love, the truth will come, and never be scared, just be prepared. Love y'all so much. Bye-bye.